Bro, the Honey Nut Cheerios, you could taste the honey and the nut. Pause. I had to make sure that I didn't.
What he said.
I didn't want to.
What he said. I didn't say. He said. What he said.
I mean, y'all some assholes, man. Hate y'all, man. Oh my god.
I was alright with you just saying the honey, whatever.
I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel. Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options. Real stepper, check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good.
Welcome to the Fuller Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller. My co-host and hostess, Maurice Bird, aka Reese, and
Yes.
that wife of mine's the lovely Melnisha Fuller, aka Money Mel.
The best of the friends.
What up, what up?
How y'all doing over there?
I'm good, bro. Wonderful. Stupendous.
Good.
Outrageously great.
Ain't nothing better than great than great. Put them up.
Awesome.
All right, take it all back. If you're drinking with us, make sure you take you some of this, because it's good for the soul. And make sure that your insides don't fall outside, if you know what I mean. All right, icebreaker is going to come in the form of two truths and a lie. And Mel, we're going to start with you.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Okay, so I had two birds. I had a dog. And I can do 10 burpees.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to say the lie is you had a dog.
I'm gonna second that one.
Man, you guys supposed to know me. I had a dog.
Oh, so you can't do 10 burpees?
Well, I cannot do 10 burpees.
Oh, my God. God damn.
I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, be like, damn, your motherfucker.
It's just
burpees.
burpees.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Nah, I can't do 10 burpees.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
We need to set a goal of 10 burpees by the end
First
of next
off,
week.
wait a minute. Why are you guys like, wow, that's wild? I know y'all can't do 10 burpees.
How do you know
What?
that?
You want to bet?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, how
y'all
much
cannot
money do you?
do
How,
Do you-
how
do
much-
you
how
wanna
much
bet?
money do you have on you?
You can't do 10 burpees.
Yeah.
There ain't no way.
Listen.
You think you could do 10 burpees?
I'm just saying.
I thought I could too.
I definitely could do.
Do
10
you want to
burpees.
bet? That's my question.
Oh my God.
Do you want to bet?
We'll say that for later.
Yeah, we will.
Exactly. You know, that's one of them.
Let me practice a
we
little
know.
more.
Oh,
do my
okay,
10
yeah,
burpees
you
and
wanna-
then watch
now
y'all
you gotta
not be
practice.
able to do your 10 burpees because I
Well,
know
you can't do 10. That's we already know. Clearly.
All right, Reese, what about you?
I had a dog.
I had a
Why is
dog.
that funny? Why I can't have a
That's
dog?
the way you said it.
bro.
I flew a kite, and I've driven a motorcycle.
The lies you driven a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not even. What was your guess gonna be?
Dude said he flew a kite.
Yeah, what the
And
fuck?
he
well, I
had a
knew he
dog.
flew a kite.
How
I
you
feel
know I
like you
flew a
flew a
kite?
kite.
Why-
And you
why-
know he
everybody
had a
that
dog.
fly
Flew
kites?
kites.
What are you trying to say though? Do I look like I fly kites?
I think everybody.
But
has
you knew he
flown
had a
kite.
dog too. He had that little scrappy ass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you know.
Forgot.
I forgot about that dog. I
You
was talking about
forgot. I
another
forgot
dog.
too. Okay, fine. All right.
Yeah.
All right, my go. All right, so number one, I got management experience.
Managerial experience.
Yep. Number two, I've owned over 5 businesses. And then number 3,
Whatever 3 is.
I read.
Go ahead, make it up.
We ran into Randy Orton in Las Vegas.
Yeah, whatever 3 was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we knew that already.
Nisha is still
you should have
here.
mixed it up.
If you ran in Randy Orton, Nisha probably wouldn't be here.
Well, where the fuck she gonna be at?
She'll still be on Randy Orton.
Randy,
Oh my God.
Randy
Be
Orton
trying
got a
to
black
RKO.
wife.
Oh
Huh?
my goodness.
Randy Orton got a black wife.
Exactly.
They would've
That
been
doesn't
fighting.
make it any better.
They would have been fighting, bro.
Oh
So
my
you think that
gosh.
Mel? He just gonna let Mel come in there?
Hey, my best friend ain't no slouch.
Don't matter.
Oh my
She ain't no
God.
slouch.
That, bro, that nigga wife probably wrestled.
She wrestles.
Mel can't do 10
She-
burpees.
Okay, we going back to
Wow.
this again.
I'm
we
just
going
saying.
back to this
Wow.
again.
I'm
Shots
just
fired.
saying. I'm
what
just
are you
saying.
I mean,
We are going back to this
Randy
again.
Orton is a world class athlete. You don't think his wife, in any way, shape, or form,
he what? She don't have to be a wrestler.
Exactly. What
Bro,
are you
She
talking
could
She
be
don't.
about?
regular.
she could be regular, but I can guarantee she in shape.
That ain't no problem. I mean, what's man?
I,
Let's
Oh, so
I
you
can
saying-
guarantee.
So
wait
what
a
you
minute. So what
saying?
you trying to say?
You saying that somebody can't do 10 burpees, they not in shape?
Absolutely.
That's a good. Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
No,
Fucking
that does
lose
not mean that.
Bro, so
what in shape person can't do 10 burpees? What person?
I
I don't
understand
even
it.
care. That's almost like borderline. You don't even have to be in shape to do 10
Exactly.
burpees. Like you can just be
Exactly.
starting. That could be your first day. You don't look this way
Exactly.
because you can't do 10 burpees.
It's okay.
It's
okay.
all right. You know, everybody
Like I
can
said,
do
our goal
10
now is 10 burpees.
Yes.
That's our goal. And then once we get to 10, we're going to
We
move to
do
20.
to 11 and then 12.
And then 11,
No, we-
you tell
we
me some
ain't going-
20.
we ain't going
you
that
got
low.
11, then
Uh-uh, we
12.
gonna
Baby
set-
steps.
We're going to set real goals out here.
Oh,
Well, you know, I can't wait to see y'all do some burpees.
who said? Wait, what?
All right. Well, let's get into our movie of the week. Movie of the week this week comes in the form of a Ryan Coogler classic,
Coogler.
Sinners.
He's real West Coast when he talks.
Yeah.
He's real bay.
So, I want to know what y'all think about Sinners, and let's discuss. So, Sinners is initially about two twin brothers. They were pretty much some hooligans or robbers. They
They
did
were
all
gangsters.
they did all of this. They put two other
Gang
factions
yeah,
against each other,
mobs.
you know, by taking all their stuff.
and
they-
making
they-
each one thing it was the other.
Right. And then they set up like they own
The juke joint.
juke joint. You know, they got people coming in and it was a real vibe, real talk. And then the white man came.
Wow.
The white man came and,
Wow.
you know, came in a way that we never expected. He literally turned all the black people.
You can't just say you can't say what you have to say what it is. He was Irish.
Irish is white.
Yeah, I mean, but
So-
at that time, Irish at that time they weren't just regular white at that time.
Regular white.
Yeah, they had differences at that time. Irish was at the bottom tier of class, if we were to say
Well, I can tell you right now,
Caucasians at that time.
during that time or even before that time, slave getting whooped wasn't whooped by an Irish man. He was whooped by a white man. At the end of the day, white is white. Don't matter whether you're Irish, Scottish, French. It don't matter. If you're white, you're white. I can tell whether you're white without hearing you talk.
Yeah, we're gonna cut half of that out.
Yeah, please.
Definitely
I
cut
hope
most
so.
of that out.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
98% of it.
Yeah.
So,
That's a good idea.
with that said,
I like that.
we want to know, what's your thoughts on the movie, where we're going with it, and rate it, of course, 1 to 10. And the floor is open.
No, well, I'll start. It was a wonderful movie. The cast was incredible. What was it? Smoke?
Smoking, what's the brother name? Stack. Smoking Stack.
Smoke and Stack. I mean, you know, it was played by one person, but you watch it, you almost question like, yo, does he really have a twin brother? Like, is it two of them? Because they was totally different opposites. So many symbolisms in that movie. People gonna be diagnosing and breaking down that movie the same way they did with Euphoria and Like Us and
Yo, have you seen like all that shit on social media.
Man,
the
it's
40
endless.
different times, the 40 different ways in which they break that jump down.
It's endless. I mean, it's gonna be something that's talked about forever. Even his deal is monumental for him, not for a person of color anyway. But he gets full rights of his movie in 25 years, which is crazy. And I think he gets the first $1. It's something crazy where they gets every
You talking
dollar.
about Ryan Coogler?
Yeah, his deal for that movie is, you know, they don't really like that. They call it scary because it's one of those. It's more.
It's a generational.
Yeah, it's one
type
of those.
of-
Yeah, it's something that we don't get. You know, people big wigs, Steven
Right.
Spielberg's, those types get types like that. So it's just amazing movie. I would recommend seeing it. It's goated. It's not even a question. Like I haven't stopped talking about seeing it. I have talked about that movie at least once a day since I've seen it. It's not even a question about it. Not even a debate.
Right.
It's
Definitely.
movie of the year so far.
Definitely. I'll watch it again. What about you,
Okay.
Mel?
I would definitely watch it again. I like how they show the different types of music, like the different eras as it progressed or whatever. In one of the scenes that was very interesting. Also made me think of that music museum that we went to in Nashville, which is a must go to.
That's a must go to. Absolutely.
But as far as the movie is concerned, I like the movie. I give it a 10 as well. I mean, he played that double role really good. It was a little creepy and funny at the same time.
Right.
So
It was
it was just enough. I liked it, and it was definitely gory.
Yep.
It was gory.
I like that they didn't skip on that too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, you go to them scary movies, and they don't. To me, I don't. You know, when I hear a scary movie rated PG-13, it kind of like I want something that's. I'm going to be a scary movie. I want to see something that's you just turn your stomach. It almost make you question why are you watching it, like. And it did that when he bit dude on the neck. That was kind of rough.
So Mel, what you rated?
I
He
rated it
said
a
a
10.
10. Okay. All right. Well, I think it was, to be honest, it was a vibe. The whole movie was a vibe. You had black people acting like black people. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell that the difference when it all boiled down about how people would react in the event that it was vampires there. You know what I'm saying? Because the one person who invited them in was not black.
But that's a symbolism behind that too. Like that's
You know,
there's a
it's like-
symbolism behind that too. But it's one of those. Even when that happened, it questions would you do that too? Because it was her the reasons why she did it and the whole it
It was dumb to me.
It was dumb, but at the end of the day, her kids was out there.
Yeah, but
And then remember he was
so
like,
so you commit suicide because your kid is
But
out
you're
there.
not. Just remember, you're not thinking about that. And then I had to think.
But
Really,
what you
if
mean
think,
you're not thinking
remember,
about that?
The baby had to let the baby gonna let his daddy in. He gonna knock on the door. That baby gonna let the daddy in.
Right, and that's perfectly fine. But letting them in to kill everybody else ain't gonna
She
stop
ain't
them
thinking
from.
about that.
They gonna still get the baby, no matter which way it go.
Yeah, the baby gone. Baby
Right.
already
So
leave.
if they gonna still get the baby, why is she letting them in?
But she ain't thinking like that. Remember,
Bruh.
she's not like us.
Yeah, I would have stabbed her in the head.
She's
But
not
she
like
was trying to
us.
go outside.
She would have put her outside.
She
would've got
would've-
outside.
She would have been outside.
Would've been
Absolutely.
outside.
You gonna go with him
This
today?
size 8, right there.
You was gonna go with him today because
Yes, sir.
Outside, fellowship,
Dancing
and
and
love.
everything.
do
doing
you
that little
realize
dance.
what they did? That literally changed the whole.
That was a whole. They didn't. I mean, they was good. You can't come in.
They
What
were
you
trying to
mean?
wait them out. Yeah.
Yeah, and all they had to do is wait till the sun came.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
They could have kept partying.
Yeah,
I'd have turned the music back on.
I would. Well, it was only 4 of them in here. So,
The dude with the guitar still could play.
man,
He
listen.
the one who brought them out.
And that fried catfish
He
looked
talking
good
about.
too.
He talking about. I would have went back to partying, bro. I would have been scared as fuck.
I would have been scared too. But
Can you imagine? Nigga, I know it's vampires outside. It's 4 of us
And
in
they
here.
dance.
Right, like
Why they can't party? They out there partying. Why
Bruh.
I can't party?
they were
we-
partying out there.
we would have been having a conversation. I would have just tried to talk to him.
Conversation.
I
What are
would
we
have tried
talking
to
about?
talk to him till the sun started to come up.
Why we ain't
Till they
talking?
had to leave.
I mean, you could have negotiated the other lady.
Negotiations.
Sent that lady out there. She wanted to go out there
think
real
about
bad.
this. Smoke negotiated with Stat,
But that's his blood.
But-
But deeper than that. Though.
right? But he still Smoke let Stat live,
Yeah, but he said
and
it-
he told him, "I can't kill you, But
'Cause
I'm gonna
I
let
promise.
you live. Just don't mess with Rev.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody pointed something out to me at the end of that movie that I didn't notice, and I wonder if y'all noticed. They said that when Stack and
Walked in the bar and
Walked in the
no
bar, right.
reflection.
and the dude didn't have no
He didn't have no reflection. Yeah.
but he was still old. So
But that's another thing. Remember, sometimes when you do deals with the devil, sometimes it all depends on your deal.
but did he do the deal with the devil?
We don't. That's the question. We don't know. And then that question is you like. That's the thing about that movie. It's so many questions and so many. We can go
Now
anywhere.
it's gonna make
It's
me
one of
want to
those.
watch it again.
It's so
anyway.
many avenues that it
but you
can
still
go.
gonna leave
Absolutely.
a question. Like it's so. That's how you know it's a good movie. That it's just it's gonna leave you. And then everybody's talking about, man, it's like 15, 20 different spinoffs they can do off the movie.
Yeah, I
they can
seen
do
that
the
too.
Stack, but the prequel before with Smoking Stack came before the mobster. They talking about what happened
Yeah.
with the dude after after the night when he after with the guitar. It was everything like the what was it not Smoke's baby mama, the one who lost the child. What Smoke? That was Smoke, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about her being a voodoo priestess and all
Mm-hmm. And how
that.
she lost the.
And how she lost
the
the
baby,
baby,
all
and
They were saying that they can have a ton of
Yeah,
storylines
they was
that
like-
lead up to that moment.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they also said that you could have Stack.
Yeah, you,
you know,
can have his life
his whole
as a
joint
vampire.
after, right? Exactly the
Yeah,
things that took
that's
place.
true.
So it's definitely interesting to see,
yeah.
and I get a 10 too. That's definitely
It's
the
one of
movie
those
of the year
one-
thus
it's
far.
almost a generational type movie, man.
Absolutely.
It's something that we're gonna be talking about for a long time.
But it made me wonder what Ryan Coogler going to do next. You know, if he's
Right.
going to do
But
anything
right now,
next.
you know what he's working on right now. He's working on Black Panther right now. Then I heard he got X Files.
I
He's
don't
working
know.
on that too.
I don't know how much more he can do for
That
Black
man is
Panther.
I
Like-
don't care.
Like, don't get me
I
wrong.
don't
Like,
do it.
Either.
I think
What you mean?
I think he's a victim right now. I think
victim of
he's
being
he's a
greatness being new right now.
if he don't find, and please don't, it's not the way it appears. If he don't find another Black Panther,
A black who?
another Black Panther,
Well, you know, there's rumors. There's two people rumors. I don't know his name. Dude from Snowfall.
Damson.
I don't know his name.
Yeah. Okay, I know
and
who
I
you're talking
also heard, but they see it depends on the direction they're going, because Denzel Denzel definitely is in Black Panther,
about. Well,
but he's
Denz-
playing as an ancestor. So, and I think God dog, it's the dude with them eyes, but he's supposed to be playing Green Lantern now.
Oh yeah, I know who you're
But I
talking
also heard, I don't know his name either. God dog, he played in that show on Oprah. Oh man, I can't think of his name. But it's a few people that they have. I don't think they're gonna really
about. That
let
put
us know
a
until
lot
it's done.
into perspective, right? Who do y'all think would be a great candidate to be Black Panther?
That's a good question, bro.
Yeah.
He has to be kind of young. Well, he's got to be young because he's playing T'Challa's son. So he's got to be young in his 20s, or at least in his mid,
Yeah, that's true.
20s. He can't be
Well,
old.
well, I don't know if they should go the T'Challa son route yet.
Well, I mean, right
You know
now
what I'm
Shuri
saying?
technically is the Black Panther. Well, she
Right.
was also a Black Panther anyway.
But I think Shuri being a Black Panther takes away from a lot of her character because of how intelligent her character was and the element that she brought. I felt like that she was a better.
Shuri,
I'm gonna use the term sidekick.
well, she was never a sidekick. She was more like an accessory.
She was right, but she was making sure that Black Panther was lit at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, though.
And so now there's nobody there to really do that for her, and that kind of take away that
Well, that second one, I think really the direction of the movie kind of, they were literally making the movie when he died, when he passed. So when he happened, I guess they went to another direction.
Right.
I guess it was one of those.
They had to
Let's
figure
make
it out.
something. Let's
Right.
put something together for what we got. And so right now, I think really it's an open book. So we can speculate and play that role.
Actually, you want to know something? I know a person that'll be a great candidate to be T'Challa's son,
Who?
the Rev.
The Rev?
The Rev from Sinners. Preacher Boy.
You think so?
You know
Yep.
that's his first movie ever.
Yep.
You know that's his first like acting period.
Yep.
Like,
But
you,
I think
like,
he carried
his
enough
voice.
swagger.
He got a different
if,
voice.
if he can Africanize his voice,
Nah,
I think
I don't like
he
it.
carried enough swagger
I don't like it.
to it because he wasn't loud, he wasn't animated, he wasn't extra.
I don't
He
like
was calm,
Yeah.
he was relaxed. You know what I'm saying? He sung, and it was just one of those things that it
He
stood
also
out.
like the dirty, like seasoning on
Well, he was eating the pork chops.
it. Like them seasoning.
Oh, my
Yeah.
He didn't want it fresh.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's what he said. That's what the man said. He
That's
said, "Let me
disgusting.
freshen
God.
up first."
Now my thing is, what seasoning is on it?
I don't
You
know.
know, you got red pepper.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
As long as it ain't dill and parsley, I don't. You know.
Dill and parsley is
Dill and
crazy.
Oregano.
parsley.
You know.
Dill and parsley is crazy.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
All right.
All right.
No question.
We ain't gonna focus
All
on
right. Well, that's enough
we
of
ain't
that
gonna focus
one.
on that Dill and parsley. All right, so over the last couple of weeks, the NFL held its annual NFL draft.
Last
And
Thursday.
it was a lot going on in that draft. Like a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Craziness.
And it had people tuning in to at least the fifth round. You know what I'm saying? To at least the
At
fifth
least
round.
the fifth round was 126 or something like that.
A top 10 pick in Shador Sanders.
Top 5, bro.
He failed.
Arguably number 2 quarterback in the draft.
Yep.
Like that's
Possibly
the crazy
the,
part.
the top 2. That means he could have been number 1.
No, 1 or 2.
You know,
Well, that's what
and
they thought.
No,
right.
That's what they were saying.
That's right. That is what everything.
This is project. This not a maybe. This not us talking.
Right.
This is what these are experts.
This
These
is based on everything, based
this
on
is what
numbers,
numbers, and
based on
people with common sense.
you know.
Like if you watch football, like
Well, I heard them saying they were just like, yeah, he's gonna get picked. He should be in the first round,
yeah.
and they just kept going past.
And
him.
remember, you're
every single time.
You're an amateur. You're not an enthusiast of it.
I think that the crazy thing about it all is it's so much going on social media that you kind of don't know what to think. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. I seen something on social media about that he was getting sponsored by Cataran or Catan or whatever
What
it's
is
called,
that?
CATAN.
What is that about?
Whatever it is, I don't know whether it's a rice company or something.
Uh-huh.
But he went in the interview that they said he just wanted to talk about the Catan shit. And they just kept saying that every interview he went to, he brought Catan up. Or Catan or Catan or
You know,
whatever it's called.
I don't honestly, I don't believe. I hate to say it, I think it's BS. Like I hate that he interviewed wrong. Now if they gave him a playbook, like I've heard they gave him a playbook and he didn't know the plays and stuff like that, I can understand that because that's work. But I can't question a man's character. Like if we look at our quarterback as he's the leader, he's the head, he's the one, and he's never done anything out of character.
See, but
That's the crazy
I
part.
think what a lot of people don't realize is it's more than football.
No, no,
when it all boils down.
100%.
If I'm gonna invest my future in somebody,
I think that's what people are realizing now.
It's
that
it's definitely more
a
than
lot
football.
more than football.
But for him, like I watched a video with him working out with Cam Ward.
Cam Ward.
Right, they was working out, and he turned to Cam Ward and said, "Hey, let's do a rap song together." And Cam Ward said, "No, I'm a football player." And all Cam Ward kept saying is, "I want people to remember me for playing football. I'm focused on football." And he's saying, "It ain't nothing else that you want to do." It's like the whole time he's trying to like find something else to promote, right? And then in the same instance, he got a brand that he created, and everything about the brand. Here's a prime example: the Falcons they prank call the dude's son prank call him, and in the prank call now the brand is called Legendary. In the prank call, they call him. They like, we're gonna pick you next, blah blah blah. And you know what he said? Let's go and be legendary. Why?
Why not?
What you mean? Why not? Don't nobody
Why
wanna,
not promote promote your
bro,
brand? What are you talking about?
bro. Don't nobody want to deal with that right now.
What's the deal with what?
I don't want nobody that's coming in here thinking about themselves.
What are you talking about? He's not thinking about himself. He's because he said I want to be legendary.
No, he said, "Let's go be
Let's go
legendary,"
be legendary.
which is promoting his brand. He did it while he was on
On the
video
phone.
on purpose.
Okay,
Like, no,
Why
that
not?
ain't, that's not what I want right now, bro. Listen, this is the reality, right? When you come into this type of circumstance, you still gotta earn your right. But when
Earn
you
what
when
right?
you come in there entitled,
he didn't come in there entitled.
He
Who
clearly-
said you don't know,
Bruh.
You hearing hearsay,
bro, I'm watching what I saw on video.
That's hearsay. No,
That-
what you're
that-
saying
that's
is,
not hearsay if I
no,
saw
what
it on
you
video.
said
I saw it with my
is
own two eyes.
The people was answering the phone or interviewing him. And he kept talking about Conti or whatever that is. That's
I
hearsay.
ain't even talking about that.
But then you said because
I'm
said
talking
that
about
let's be
him
legendary.
promoting his brand
He's on the phone, like bro.
in the middle of a draft.
I would do the same thing. If I had a brand, I'm gonna promote it as much as I can, and I know people are watching.
Well,
Remember,
that-
he was live streaming,
And that's,
so people
that's
are
likely
watching.
that's likely why he dropped fifth.
No, it's
and,
not.
And
We know
almost,
why he
and
dropped
almost
fifth.
didn't get that
Because-
bro.
because
So
of
you
his
don't
daddy.
think that contributed to that at all?
No,
Come on,
if
bro.
I don't
What
want
did
to.
his daddy do that made
His
him
daddy
drop
is
fifth?
Deion Sanders.
Right, I know
And plus,
that.
they said they always
The
say he's too
NFL
cocky.
don't hate his daddy.
He's egotistical. What quarterback isn't cocky? There's a person named
What?
Danny Manziel that used to he had the money thing.
He ain't in there no more.
He ain't exactly. There's all these people that he was drafted. What one?
You
number
saying
one, number
what
two?
quarterback is not cocky?
Like they're supposed to be cocky.
no,
You're
they're
supposed
not.
to be confident in what you do. You're supposed to be confident in
You're
everything
actually
you do.
supposed to be humble. What
To be
what-
humble?
What quarterback in the league right now is cocky?
What quarterback isn't cocky?
Name a quarterback in the league that's cocky, Maurice.
Name one that's cocky that brag.
Just name one.
Name one that's cocky.
Yeah,
what are you
name a
saying?
quarterback that's
all
cocky.
Of them. I
So-
don't want a quarterback that's not cocky. What
So-
are you talking about?
What-
I don't
what?
want one that's not confident. He's not confident. He
First
gotta
off,
be
cocky and
humble.
confidence is two different things,
He
my
has
boy.
to be humble. What is he being humble
Cocky
for?
and confidence
Why do I
is
need
two
to be
different
humble?
things.
I'm
What do
here.
you mean?
I worked hard. I have the numbers. My numbers speak for
Listen.
themselves.
The one thing that I don't need is for you to act like you better than everybody else.
Hold on. I'm one out of what? 1 out of 32. 32. I'm 1 out of 32. Well, it's probably more.
You
than
1 out
that.
of 32
1 of
what? What are you
60.
talking about?
Quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay, what that's supposed to mean?
I'm one of the top. I'm the best.
Bro,
Why do I need to humble myself for other people?
You're-
That's
you're-
crazy.
It's
I am
not
great.
about humbling
And he
yourself for
doesn't-
other
he's
people.
never ever saying ever. Name one time he said, "I'm better than you. I'm
For-
the man. Look at me. Oh, this and that." No,
I don't think they choose
He's
people like
never
that
said
though. It
that.
seems like they choose people that are more humble, like people who
Literally.
are.
Who's
When
more
people,
humble?
I'm just saying when people are like
So wait a
Everybody.
when
minute.
people act like that
No,
or whatever, and they bring all that attention to
minute.
the
Hold on,
NFL,
pause, Reese, let her talk.
I'ma let her
a
talk.
lot of times they cut them out. Like they don't like drama coming to the NFL, and if they feel like you're gonna be that, you're not gonna be a team player because it's not about you if you're on a team.
What drama?
Facts.
What drama?
Facts.
Any drama that
no.
happens, they don't like any drama. You see what they
I
did with
understand
Colin Kaepernick? They cut him right
Facts.
on out of there.
But
Attention
what
seekers.
drama?
People that are seeking
That is-
attention
that's
is drama.
That's what drama has he ever done? When you're talking about the future,
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about
What do you mean?
him.
Everything about him. What is this?
what is that?
What is this?
That's his trademark. Everybody,
Right.
what
You're
is,
trying to have
what
a
is
trademark
Cam
in-
Newton
in
with
co-
the chest? What is Cam Newton with the chest?
Cam
what
Newton,
is Deion
Cam
Sanders with
Newton
the
did that
What
with
is
his chest
Ray
when he was
Lewis with
already
his
in the
dance?
NFL.
What is the Ray Lewis
You
with
are
his
naming
dance?
you are naming
What
people
are
who
you
are
talking
already
about?
in the NFL that is doing all this.
It's a whole different time
These
now.
are people who have already built themselves
Bruh.
up in the NFL that you
Y'all
are referring
got
to.
it. Y'all got it.
You ain't making sense.
I don't have to make sense because it don't make sense that somebody that is arguably in the top two, number
Bruh.
two quarterback in the drops
Bruh.
to number
For-
5.
for you-
make that make sense.
Well, I guess they didn't see
They
it that way.
drafted
'cause-
somebody that was 29 years old.
As you can see, they were showing him obviously.
Exactly.
Clearly.
There you go.
So guess what
Say
happened?
it again. They showed him.
They did, and they dropped him down because they
Yeah.
kept saying, "Yeah, if he was so great, they would have picked him up real quick."
No
But
matter
they
what.
But they picked somebody else over him, and it had to be a reason, especially if they weren't as great as him. So it had to be a reason why they're picking these
Yeah.
other people over
It
him.
was. It
And-
was.
and
I
it's-
mean-
it's
And we'll
crazy.
see. And we'll see next
it's-
in 6 months.
What's crazy is it's crazy
Less than 6 months.
for people to think that an owner of a team will compromise their bottom line to prove a point.
Avery, are you serious?
I'm very serious.
who did y'all? Who didn't y'all pick a quarterback?
Uh-huh.
And he's better than Shador? No. No.
So
No, is he better than Shador? That's a yes or no
This
question.
is the point that you are missing in
Is he
totality.
better than Shador?
I think we're
Listen,
talking about
you
two
can keep
different
saying the
things.
same thing
No,
over
he's
and over
not.
again. But we don't need Shador. That's the difference. He don't got to be better than Shador. We are looking for role players, so people to play a role. We are looking
A
for a
role-
backup.
a backup.
If Shador is going to come through the door trying to be the star, guess what? We don't want that. And if we don't want that, are we going to go get it? Of course not. If we don't want unnecessary attention, are we going to go get it? Of course not. You know who went and got it? A team that could use the unnecessary attention. And guess what? Before they went and got him, they went and picked somebody else. And guess who's going to wear number 2 in Cleveland? Dylan Gabriel. So guess what? He did that to himself. You know, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying he ain't talented, because at the end of the day, he was a top 2 quarterback in the draft. I don't see everybody else being better than him as a player. But it's not just about who he is as a player. You know what I'm saying? These people looking at investing millions into
Billions.
a person.
It'll be billions by the time. When
Right.
they get to their next contract, it'll be billions.
You know what I'm saying? So when you invest, of course, you was
True.
paying attention to everything.
Mahomes,
Yeah.
his next contract definitely gonna
That's
be a billion.
I don't know, man. Mahomes kind of like,
Because of that last Super Bowl?
Hey,
Come on, bro.
I ain't even worried about the last Super Bowl. The last 2 seasons has not been Mahomes-esque. The last 2 seasons has not been comparable to the first 5 or first 4. Like, I think they rely on a defense a lot more now than they did before. And a lot of people going to say it's because he ain't had nobody to throw the ball to. But the reality is I feel like he always had Travis Kelce every single time. And so at the end of the day, you know,
See, I didn't even say that. I was about to say, what? So Travis Kelce, the big tight end that runs like a wide receiver,
Right.
catches like a wide receiver, blocks like a guard. Like, what?
Yeah.
Are you stupid? Are we dumb?
Exactly.
How
But
we
they had
dumb?
so many low-scoring games and close games
But
that
I honestly
you
don't
know-
think Travis Kelce has been Travis Kelce in the last 2 years either.
Well, Travis Kelce getting old. I feel like he probably gonna retire in the next year or 2.
I thought he was going to end it this year.
So, but listen, man, I was rooting for Shador. I was
I
hoping that
want
they
him
was
to
gonna pick
win.
him.
I want him to show out.
Yeah, I listen. That I think
I'm
that's
buying me I'm not even a Browns fan person, but I'm gonna buy a Shador jersey.
that's a part of the problem too, right? Because now, and don't get me wrong, the circumstance for Shador is perfect because now
Oh, no
he can actually
question.
compete for the role.
No, now think about this. Now think about where he's at, Cleveland. Look, think about how long it's been since they had any type of success. Now think about what he
Well, they went to
can
the
do.
playoffs last year.
You know what I mean? I mean, like real, like where Super Bowl bound. Like if they make it to the Super
When that
Bowl with Shador, it's gonna be.
They're not
something,
gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Nah,
with
I'm
Shador.
just. You know how it
I
goes.
get it though. Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be
It'll
monumental.
be a fairy tale
Like,
story.
It'll be that's what I'm saying. It'll be one of those like Tom Brady's. You know what I'm saying? 6th round
Yeah.
pick. Look at me now.
but you wanna know what's crazy? Tom Brady even passed on him.
Yeah, and that's his
You know,
mentor.
and that's his mentor.
I mean, that's not his mentor.
You know-
Not Tom
Crazy.
Brady's mentor. Tom Brady's mentoring him.
The Pittsburgh
And
Steelers,
wait, he said no.
Yeah,
bro, they
everybody.
passed on him.
Five
Five rounds, literally five
rounds.
times. Everybody went past.
More than
listen,
this 30-something.
the Pittsburgh Steelers
times.
don't even got a real quarterback.
They don't have
right
a
now.
quarterback at all.
and they passed on him.
They got
5
Zach
times,
Randolph.
4 times.
Is it Zach
no,
Randolph?
No, Mason Randolph.
Mason Randolph. And yeah.
And they passed on him.
He's
at
famous
least
for
4
hitting
times.
somebody in the head with his own head.
And they said they say he's used racial slur.
Yeah, he did. Well, I mean,
but they got a
whatever,
black
I don't
coach.
believe- Yeah, that too. Tom.
But you know,
Wow.
that's why to me it's like for people to take those measures, it's ridiculous. It make me wonder like, what was the thought process in the draft room when it all boiled down? You know, when the opportunity came up, what made Cleveland say, "Let me go.
You know-
let's go ahead and get another quarterback."
And this day and age, I swear, probably we'll really find out what that was about in the next
like
2 to
like,
3 years. Maybe even that night. Maybe in the next 6 months, somebody will drop, a nugget or something like that.
And
Yeah.
you know his brother didn't
That'd be
even
a
get
great
drafted.
story.
Well, he didn't get drafted, but he got picked up.
Right, but I'm watching Shallow live, and when he was waiting all
Yeah,
the
I
way
seen
down
it,
to the
yeah.
last pick,
Yeah.
and when he didn't get picked, he
He
said,
said-
"Well, let me go talk to my dad to see if I can get on the team."
Yeah.
And his dad made a phone call and got him on the team.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that ain't entitlement,
Entitled,
You know?
bruh. I see. That's the thing. It's what's funny is we'll say it's entitled, but to me, if I wasn't able to put in that position, I would do the same thing for my child too.
Right, but then your child will be entitled.
I mean,
Like-
it'd
like-
be what it
Yeah,
is.
pretty much.
That's just like you working at a job and you hire your kid. Does that make them entitled?
Absolutely.
But only makes them entitled if you give them. To me, if I give them
To-
separate favors.
To give a person an advantage over other people that other people don't have is entitlement.
Well, I'm sorry. Call me.
But
what they want.
everybody else have to work for it, do all
He
this.
worked.
Right.
He worked too. It
And
wasn't. It's not
he
like
worked,
he
but
was
he
shops.
didn't get picked.
He
Though.
didn't, but it's still.
He
But
ain't
somebody,
get
so
picked.
it's
It
like
They didn't call
the whole
him.
thing
His
is
daddy
pointless.
called somebody
His daddy
for
could
him.
just get on the phone and just be like, "Hey, put him on the team."
Give him a
It's
shot.
like,
Is that his
all
fault?
right.
Whose fault is that?
It's his fault.
I mean, who's? I
It's-
don't
it's
see
literally
anything
his
wrong
fault.
with it.
Listen, it ain't that nothing is wrong with it, but it is still entitlement. At the end of the
Call it what
day,
you want.
he's
People
still
do that every day.
he was still given an opportunity.
Yeah, and it's up
You
to
know,
him to.
and it's up to him to keep it.
No
You
question.
know what I'm saying? But no matter what, he was put through the door. You know what I'm saying?
And Shiloh,
They
is
didn't
not a
open up
slouch.
that door to
If
let
they-
him in.
If they
and
move
that's the
Shiloh
difference
to
maker.
free safety and tell him to just hit something, he's scary across. He don't hit like his daddy. Let's put it like that. Shiloh hit, bruh.
I think Shiloh gonna be a better player than Shador.
Shador?
Yeah,
Ugh.
because
Ugh.
I don't think Shiloh gonna have as much pressure on him as
Don't-
Shador
hey,
gonna have.
where did Travis Hunter go?
Travis Hunter went to Jacksonville. Jacksonville traded up for him. Yeah.
They gone.
So Shiloh gonna have to cover him, and it's like at the end of the day,
Look,
it's all crazy.
they all
The way
wear-
that it happened.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
one of those mind. You see, we talking about this 2 weeks later.
But it was tough to watch, and the fairness is fair. It is what it is. It was unfair. It was bigger
Look,
than football.
At the end of the day, they all still millionaires. Like at the end of the
Yeah,
day, they
yeah.
still millionaires. Matter of fact, they were millionaires before they left college.
Yeah.
So they
I
was.
mean-
I mean, at the end now,
Well,
college
they
be
was
able to-
millionaires before they went to college.
Well, I mean, daddy money, but I'm sure they,
I'm sure Daddy put money in the bank for them.
Daddy won't.
know.
They say he was cheap, but he say he won't that cheap.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't know how cheap can you be.
I don't know
being rich?
how cheap of a daddy you
what
could
is
be.
rich? Is cheap
when it come out to your
$1,000
kids.
allowance, or is cheap?
Right.
Well, what about $100,000 college tuition set aside for you to go to school with? All of that stuff matter.
No question.
So I don't know, but shout out to the Sanders family.
No question.
Because at the
All
end of the day,
of it. And then,
they made the draft interesting.
Didn't the
Yeah.
wide receiver and the young boy get drafted too? The one who daddy in jail.
Yep, Joe Horn,
Yeah, Joe Horn Jr.
Jimmy Horn Jr.
Jimmy Horn
yeah,
Jr.
Yeah. He got drafted. So
I read that letter, boy. Woof.
good for them, man. Good for
question.
them for sure.
At the end of the day, he does raise men. I ain't gonna front. Deion's doing good things out there, from what I see.
Yeah, shout out to him. People just hate on Deion
That's it.
because
man.
but the reason why people hate on Deion is Deion fault.
No question. He earned it. He earned it. He worked
Deion
there
earned
for what,
it.
30 years?
The
Prime.
level of arrogance that come from him
Prime.
is distasteful to a lot of people. And
Certain people.
because it's distasteful to those people lose respect for his character.
There you go.
They have no choice but to respect him as a player because he's
He
one of the
earned it.
GOATs. But
Right.
people don't have as much respect for his character because of the way he presents himself. And to be honest, he's always presented himself like that. When he was in college,
Top
he
five.
he had a Jerry Curl and
Yes.
a fur coat on. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
On the
that's always
sideline.
been who he was, and I admire that he never changed, and he hasn't changed even now. Now he's just more appreciative. You know
Yeah,
what
he's
I'm
more
saying?
humble.
He don't still have a jerk though, right?
No, he what?
Woman,
The
what?
heck?
All right, just checking.
What? Like, where would he find
That
the
was-
juice at? That's the question.
That-
Listen, I
damn,
know
where would he
somebody
find
who-
the juice at?
I've seen a couple
You-
people with jerk curls nowadays. So
Remember they got activator.
Yeah, where did he get activated at? You got the right
That's
hat
some
on
of
for
that
a
soul
jerk.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's take a break. Let's take a break,
How?
bruh.
Huh?
I don't know, but they should like make a Jerry Curl that hang out the back.
They do.
The back of a hat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
do. They got it. They got the
gosh.
braids and everything.
that'll be
Why?
You know, why not?
A
sweet. Yeah,
jerk curl?
that's what Ice Cube had in
Yeah. That's, and,
Minister Society.
no.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let me out.
Dope.
Let me out.
All right, y'all. We back.
One of the greatest scenes ever.
Welcome back to the Fuller Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller. My co-host and hostess, Maurice Bird, a.k.a. Reese. And that lovely wife of mine is Melisha Fuller, but you can call her Money Mail.
What up? What up?
Ain't no talking.
And with that said, we're in our second segment of the podcast. First segment, we talked about Shedeur Sanders going 5th in the NFL draft. And so now I have a question for you all. But before I have that question, let's take our shots and put them up and throw them back.
Wow.
Is this a good idea?
It is.
Not very good
Always a
idea.
good idea. These are
Hold
little
on.
shot
You know
cups.
what? Our producer is now legal enough to be taking these shots while we taking these shots.
Yeah, but
But
she
then
got
we
murdered
won't
the
have no
other day.
sound.
Exactly. We got to
Might
make
not
sure
have
that
no
she's
sound.
able to do what she's supposed to do on her end.
I don't want to hear that excuses.
Yeah, so that's the person who don't do nothing but talk.
Hey, I do my job. Why she can't do
So-
hers?
All right. With that said, I have a question for y'all.
Okay.
In the world that we live in, do y'all think that a man should be able to skip out on fatherhood? I just want to know y'all thoughts on that overall. Why? Because the NFL's Anthony Edwards had
NBA.
a baby. I mean, the NBA's Anthony Edwards had a baby with some rando. He didn't want the baby. He made it clear to her he didn't want the baby. He told her, I don't want the baby. Can
I
you please
don't
get
want
rid of the
to
baby?
be the pappy."
I'm not going to be in the baby life. He made it 100% clear.
22
I
years
don't
old.
want this. If you keep the baby, the baby ain't going to have no daddy.
No daddy.
She said, nope, I'm keeping the baby.
Ask
So
the pappy.
she went on, she had the baby, moved up, and then took him to court for child support. Went to court for child support. He is currently still on the rookie contract. The judge said, hey, $5,000 a month is what you're going to get for child support. And he said, okay, and went down to the county clerk office and paid child support for the next 18 years. Came out to about $1.8 million. And with that said, she can't come back. She can't get no increases because it's already paid for. He already covered it. Ain't no way to go back in that. And in a lot of people's mind frame, that is simply skipping fatherhood. So
What?
I want to know, do y'all think that a man should be able to skip fatherhood?
I mean, I'm gonna just say right now, there's men out there that do it for free. I'm just saying, like they skip out on fatherhood and they don't put down
What the
no
popo
child
looking for?
support.
Popo looking for him though. You know?
I'm just
Come on,
saying.
knock on my door.
I'm just saying. From what it sounds like, she got a little settlement, and then he went about his
A
business.
settlement? That's how we putting it?
So
That's
did he
just-
just sell
what
the
I'm
baby?
saying is-
Sell the rights?
Sell the rights to
Listen,
the baby.
he didn't want no rights. He didn't want the baby. And to be honest with you,
That
I
sounds
don't know.
almost like slavery.
I'm not 100% sure what her job really was, but I'm gonna be honest with you. She probably
came up.
Yeah, exactly. She
Came up
probably
ain't the
felt
word. What do you
like
mean?
she was okay with that because based off of her job, I mean that's probably what she was targeting anyway.
So what you saying is that he came and she came up.
She sure did. I mean, a lot of women look for that. They look for people who got money so they can have their baby. Think about it. Those women meet those men, they popping them babies out real quick.
Look, they do it here, and you ain't gotta have no big
Right,
job.
you ain't even got no money. You know what I'm saying?
They do
Let me
it
ask
all
y'all
the
this.
time.
Do y'all think that it's worth it for him to do all of that?
For him to pay the money out,
Yeah.
100%, 100% worth it.
If he doesn't want to be
100%.
involved in that child's life, if he's not going to be the father that child need, and he doesn't, you can't make him do it. So
Right.
if he doesn't want to be, honestly, it is what it is. She was okay with it, obviously.
So then in that case, do you think that she sold herself short?
No, what I think she did was she saw that there was going to be a payout, and there was no way she was going to get rid of that baby because that baby was guaranteed money.
Right. Well, of course, naturally. If I was pregnant and I was doing that, I wouldn't get rid of the baby neither.
Like to
I
be
done got
honest with
pregnant
you,
by an NBA player.
everybody, right? Everybody else would have been like,
Yeah.
"Girl, you stupid." Like,
Can you
are
imagine
you
the conversation
serious?
she was having with her friends?
Listen, she probably waiting for more NBA niggas.
Girl, you want me to
get
carry
with.
them eggs for you? Like,
Shoot.
you know, think about it.
Whoa,
If
that
she
was
didn't have,
crazy.
if she had a bad
was
job, I tell
crazy.
you what, she ain't got one now.
Well, yeah. I mean, she'll stay at home.
But you
mom
got to
now
think like
forever.
real talk.
Listen, exactly.
You got to really think
She just set herself up for
how
life.
far somebody with no financial education is going to take that 1.8 million.
Well, let's.
She's not going. That
let's-
1.8 is not going to
So
last.
so let's be clear now. We don't know whether she's financially literate or
Well,
not.
I'm just saying, you know,
know.
as a regular person,
We don't want to treat her like she's
But
something
if she
more than or
is, or
less
if
than what
she
she
not,
is.
you only live one time, and she got 1.8 million.
Well,
I mean, I'm just
see,
saying.
exactly.
So-
See what you just said. You only live one time, and she has 1 point. You got to think 1.8 million in this market right here is not going to last. It's not going to go as
Listen,
far as you think
but-
it is.
but
Listen,
the-
let me
the
tell you something.
reality
If
is-
she got him, she gonna get somebody else.
Well, the reality. Well, first off, probably not. Because I can,
She's
You don't think so?
no, sir. She has a red flag on her. Like, what are you talking about?
bruh, she walking around like a motherfucking sim with a red flag on her head.
No question. Like, she is flagged. Like, yo,
Hell
what?
no. She could be like, "Can I talk to you for
No.
a second?"
God.
No.
Who?
gonna have to,
Security. Security. Like, who, how she get in my
Oh, my
section?
God.
They ain't even let her in the club.
That
Yeah,
is
like,
too
yo,
funny.
They don't want her
like,
money.
I mean,
Like-
honestly, you know what? Now that you said that, you might be right.
Like, what?
Like,
No.
bruh. But you know
Oh,
what I
man.
learned is that people with money do dumb shit all the time.
All
Yeah, they
the
do.
time.
Yeah, they
They
do.
just it's just so
All the
weird how
time.
much
'Cause
how
they can
dumb
do
people
it.
get. So my thing is like, what does that mean for the baby?
Well, see,
That means he's gonna have a different daddy.
no,
A different
really,
daddy is crazy.
really,
She
that
gonna
whole
find
topic
daddy.
of should somebody be liable as a man, you know, really, we have no choice. And right now, as speaking, we have no choice. A woman can, if they don't want to have a child, they have different avenues. They can have abortion. They can drop the baby off at these safe places. But if a man says, you know what, I didn't want this child, we have no choice.
But you want to know something?
But
And this
you
is
know,
this is just being playing devil's advocate, but also being upfront and honest about it to begin with. A man knows this before he stick his dick in her. That
yes.
he has no power over anything that happens.
and you know, even
And the other side of it is the man also is in control of the pullout.
see,
the
that's- see-
woman-
See,
the
right,
woman-
no. See right there. See what he just said was a key word to why men have this problem. He said pull out. You know, there's the thing called pre-cum. You know,
Listen.
when you know, if you want to be 100% safe, there's only one way: is abstinence. There's another way to be close to be 100% safe. Wear a condom.
Well,
and then there's
nobody's
another
trying to
way.
be 100% safe. What happens is people live on the edge all
No
the
question.
time.
Oh, I shake.
Right?
Well, you know.
But it's just one of those. Yeah, we know you, Reed. you're edge liver. But it's just one of those things where, at the end of the day, it's all about whether or not we make the right decision.
Okay.
Right.
I got you, bro. I'm sorry, but what if now they make a legislation saying, hey, if the man doesn't agree to be the father, then
You have to get an abortion.
no, then he can sign his rights off and be 100% done with the child.
What men can sign
They
their
can
rights
do that
over.
now.
They can do that now.
They have to have it has to be a mutual agreement. I can't just legally go to the state and say, you know what, let me sign my rights over and take me off completely off child support. Believe me.
Right. Of course not. Because
But that's
so-
what I'm saying.
so
it has
this
to be
is-
almost an agreement.
What I've learned about this reality is the reason why it has to be mutual is because that mother has to agree to not utilize or need your help.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But if a woman is deciding to raise a kid, which some people are, they don't get abortions because of what they believe.
Their religious
They
belief.
might feel like, hey, I made this
made it.
mistake. I got to own it. Right.
Oof,
But
mistake
I
is
didn't make
crazy.
this mistake by myself. If you consider an abortion, then
Yeah,
you,
no question.
at some point
It was a oops.
Right. And so if you
I don't
decide
believe in oops.
that based on your faith, I'm going to maintain and keep going and be responsible, then guess what? You're going to be responsible too. That's just the reality of that.
Hey, that's the reality.
You know
of
what
it.
I'm saying?
But is
And-
that fair?
What make it not fair?
If the reality is, I say, hey,
You could have
I
pulled
guess-
out.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Even if I pulled out.
listen, for every action, there's a consequence.
Yep.
And that's just what it is.
but
Exactly.
how is that?
You-
And if
how
you
is
are
that fair?
teaching, if
You the
you're
one that had
teaching-
premarital sex.
If you teaching your
Premarital
kids,
sex is crazy.
for every action, there's a consequence. Then that's,
Like,
that's
hey,
just
yo,
what it is.
are we here? That's what.
Well,
that's where we're going.
Listen. It's so this is what a lot of people don't understand. Everything that is set up in the world, as far as like laws and things of that nature, it's set up to provide structure, right? So for instance, not having sex before marriage is to provide the structure so that in the
So it's
event
also
that
illegal to do any position other than missionary. In
right,
Virginia.
that's perfectly
what
fine.
What type of structure
All of
is
that is irrelevant from what I'm saying. I don't understand how you cut me off to say that shit. That had nothing to do with what I was saying. What I'm simply saying is the structure that has been in place by law is what is expected to be followed. Now, in the event that you don't follow it, which you don't have to, but accountability is a part of the game. Accountability is one of the key assets in law. Law, when it all boils down, when you go to court for child support and shit like that, the judge, the whole point of what the judge is doing and saying is to hold you accountable.
How many times have you been to court for child
I don't have to.
support?
Listen, that's the other problem. People feel like I got to go to court for child support to understand child support and the way it works. That is fucking crazy. That is fucking insane.
That's
If
usually how
you
it
feel
goes.
like that I have to go through the process to understand the process, it's crazy.
Okay.
I understand the NFL with my eyes closed, but I ain't never been there.
You play
I understand
football.
the NBA,
You play basketball.
but I ain't never been there.
But you play football. You
Listen,
play basketball.
playing football and basketball is completely different than playing in the NFL or the NBA. It's completely different.
It's the same sport.
Not at all. It's a completely different process. That's the whole point.
But you have an understanding of the
It's
process,
a
right?
completely different. Listen, I understand how the court works, bro. So you mean to tell me that a person can't read and comprehend exactly what's going on in the court?
In which court?
Because
there's different ones, different
if-
states, different cities.
I can tell you right now, half of the judges in there ain't on child support. Half of the judges in there that's making those decisions ain't had shit to do with child support. So at the end of the half of the lawyers that's defending people ain't got nothing to do with child support. The only people in most cases that got something to do with child support is the people that is there for child support. So at the end of the day, what does going through it got to do with comprehending it? My point exactly. So with that said, is Anthony Edwards wrong?
For what? For paying all the child support up front?
For opting out fatherhood.
No. He ain't wrong.
So
He said he does not want a child. What are you gonna do? You gonna drop a kid off to him and he's not gonna watch the kid? Like he doesn't want to be responsible for a child. If somebody told me, hey, if I say I need a babysitter and this person tell me, well, I can't stand kids, I ain't leaving my motherfucking kid with you. You don't like kids. Why am I leaving my kid with you?
right, yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
true.
saying? So you cannot watch them. You could do something to them. Like it doesn't matter. Like you could be completely irresponsible. Absolutely not. You don't want a kid. You don't want anything to do with the kid. Then guess what? Fine. It is what it is. She chose to keep the kid. She know why she kept that kid.
Of course.
She got it. She came all the way up.
Yeah, even Stephen Wonder can tell why he kept that kid.
Exactly. But
So
I
then-
mean, I wouldn't leave my kid with him. Like you can't make him be a father. Like if somebody don't want to be a father, you can't make him be a father. That's not gonna happen.
So is that a way of saying that he's sacrificing his happiness for family? Or he's sacrificing his family for happiness?
no,
No?
because it wasn't a family to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't a family there. If
he
he-
didn't
if
want
the
no
child
That
part
was
of
kid,
that.
that kid
born-
was his family?
That won't. If that child wasn't, a family,
Technically, it is, but
it is, but it's not.
Well,
he
technically,
he's
really the only
signing
way that
his-
matter when it
he's
all
signing
boils
his
down.
rights away.
You saying? And
He
she
don't
let him
want
do it,
and she let him do it
because
she
two
was
got to do
okay
it.
with it.
Yeah, she got that check.
So then let me ask y'all this. Would you sacrifice
No,
your family for your happiness or your happiness for your family?
no. Never. I was always. What? I'm confused.
No.
In the child aspect, like
What? No,
if I had a
listen.
period, you
Listen
think-
to the question. Would you sacrifice your happiness for your family, or your family for your happiness?
My happiness for my family.
Are you asking me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no question. I did it for 17 years. My happiness, my family for my happiness. Like I did it for 17. I did it
Damn.
for 17 years.
He sacrifices happiness.
I did it
His
for
family
17
for his
years.
happiness.
I
So
did.
you
I
give
think
up.
men do it a lot more than women do it.
Nah, hell no.
I honestly do.
You
That-
give up your family for your happiness?
No happiness for the family.
Okay.
Wait,
Women-
is that, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Women-
yeah, you said
women-
it backwards.
Yeah. So,
No.
Let's be clear. Are you saying that you would sacrifice your family for your happiness?
No, the other way
Okay.
around.
Okay, that's what you said.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you
okay.
said.
Just to be clear. So
No, the other way around, bro.
okay. And when you say women are more likely to sacrifice their family for their
the
happiness,
yes.
right? And that's just more so one of those things where a lot of women walk away from relationships
Yeah,
because
it's more like 80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. It's a crazy.
Right,
It's not even close type thing. It's not 50-50.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those.
and a lot of that is based on a woman either feeling like the man is not holding up his end
Or
of the
there's
bargain.
something better out
You know what I'm
there.
saying? Or
He's not good enough, or he.
and
whatever.
listen, the reality of it is it's not all women.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's some women, but a lot of women do when times get rough, times get harder from a financial standpoint.
It's
they-
easier for a woman too.
Yeah, of course, but they lose respect for the
Ooh.
relationship. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose respect for the person who pretty much sold you the idea of being a breadwinner and providing, and you know what I'm saying, when you lose respect for that person, then they take those steps and say, hey, I can't do it, and they move on because they feel like, well, I can dictate my own happiness.
And
Wow.
it's easy.
A lot of men don't focus on being happy in a relationship. They more so focused on their role,
Providing and
providing and protecting. And so no matter what they, happens in the relationship, as long as the relationship is what it's supposed to be, they're not focused on happiness because happiness is so up and down. You know what I'm saying?
And I think men, our view on happiness is a little different.
Well, happiness fluctuates so much. You know what I'm saying? You can wake up happy one day and feel sad one day and don't
And
even
then
know why
sometimes
you
your
feel sad.
happiness is coming home and you being annoyed by your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Not my damn happiness.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know that's not your happiness, but at the end of the day, if they didn't do that, you almost be like,
Right. I mean,
like, you be looking for it.
that becomes a part of
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you know,
Like it'd be the little stuff.
your
it'd be annoying.
your life, and so that's why I say it's easier for women, but then you got some women who really is just that strength to withstand the urge to not respect the relationship or not respect those issues. You know what I'm saying? That says a ton about that woman's character and things of that nature, because their focus is not specifically on being happy, but more so what they're building, that process of what they're building. And so I feel like it's different, but the rate per se is definitely higher for women to leave than it is for men, or higher for a woman to sacrifice their family for their happiness versus a man.
And when he's saying family, he's not saying he abandon your kids or nothing like that.
Right, no.
He's saying like leave the whole
Like, yeah,
dynamic relation, father.
Move on from
Yeah,
that.
move
You know
on.
what I'm saying? And I think for a man, it ain't easy to do it.
Oh God, no.
Especially without having something on the other side. You know
People
what I'm
don't
saying? Like, if that
understand.
makes sense.
Men love way deeper than women do, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like the level of love men have, men don't just get over relationships, like at all. We take
No,
it takes years.
They just murder suicide.
They the real talk. They just like no.
What?
Whoa. What? No.
Where did you go with this?
I don't know. But he's not
Murder,
lying.
suicide.
Like he's
No,
not
wait,
lying.
Why are you agreeing with this?
But I'm just saying, like men, we love way deeper than I think women think we do, and I think women don't understand that they don't love as deep as we do.
I don't
Like,
think it's
maybe
about
you
deep.
don't think it's pride. Maybe it's pride.
Pride has nothing to. Only pride comes involved when it's somebody else. If a man feels like there's somebody else, that's when the pride and ego thing gets involved. If you respect your man, one thing he does never have to worry about is pride or ego, because you're not going to belittle him, and you're not going to put him in a situation where his pride might get disrespect. It might get hurt.
But you want me to tell you where a lot of men go wrong? A lot of men approach their relationships with entitlement.
That too, 100%.
They're entitled to be respected.
Ownership.
You know,
That's
they're
mine.
entitled for that woman to respect them.
Yeah,
right. And,
no.
and they don't feel like they got to earn the respect. And the reality is, I do
earned.
feel like respect is earned.
It's got to be.
You know, making your wife feel safe and secure. You know, making them feel like they don't need anything. Making your kids feel like if I got a problem, I can go to my daddy about it or my mom about it. All of that stuff is earned. You know what I'm saying? That's just not something that you can go out and say, I'm entitled to it. And when a man loses that from a woman, it becomes so much more difficult for that woman to
once he loses, it's gone. Once
recover.
he loses,
Right.
that's it.
It's really hard to recover from. It's like
It's nothing that you can't recover, bro.
it's like getting a 0 on the test in school.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
You would
It's
take
so
5
hard.
100s to get that
Exactly.
right, like
Exactly.
like
You know?
they one thing about women, once they lose I tell any man, once the woman has lost respect for you, it's pretty much over.
I think that's
real
why
talk.
they-
You might want to look to see if she's doing something else.
I think that's why they like get so crazy and be all upset because they trying to hold on to something that is slipping away.
They're
Yes.
trying to force the respect.
They
Yes, they're trying
they're
to,
trying
like-
real hard, but then something is keeping that from happening, and then it ends.
Well, after
Like,
a
it's
while,
just- that's
you
it.
know, you do the patterns. You know how some people we do the same thing over and over, or cheaters or stuff like that. After a while, you know, you cheat and then you take me back. I cheat, you take me back. That's my expectation. Now all of a sudden you're done.
Well-
Why? Like no, now after these 18 other times.
Well, that's different, right? Because that's you blatantly doing something wrong.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And
having the expectation that it's supposed that you're not doing something.
And some people, that's the expectation. Oh, if you really love me, no matter what I do, you will still be here. No,
That
no,
really
no,
love me
bro.
stuff is crazy.
No, bro. No,
Yeah.
like no, bro.
Like, don't get me wrong.
What are you
I say
playing?
that to my wife all the time to get
Shut
some
up.
head or
Y'all
something.
shut up. I don't want to hear that.
You know?
Don't get me started on y'all.
But
I don't hear none of that.
but you know,
because
it's-
you really love me, probably come behind some nastiness you're asking for.
I'm just saying. Listen. what I've learned as an avid Uno player is that it's a card that you can play. Sometimes you just play the card and so you win some, you lose some, but you live.
Hey,
You live
what
to
is
fight
it?
another day.
You never.
Get outta
What is
here
it?
with this?
You,
Just
you,
stop it.
You only. What is it? The only lose is a try. If you don't try, you only miss. If you don't, you, only
you
fail.
lose 100% of the
Or the efforts you don't try or something. Yeah, what he
Exactly.
said.
So you know, I mean,
So if
what do
if
I
he
got to
says
lose?
You don't love him if you better do what
Yeah.
he say.
What do I got to lose from saying, hey, somebody did? If you don't do it, you don't love me.
Hey, I'm just saying. I feel you.
You
I think that's
If
love.
if you don't do it, I know you really love me, so I ain't got to prove it. You know,
What?
and if you do it, I won. I
What?
won.
But
You
if
know?
she don't do it, you lost.
I ain't necessarily lose,
Do you get the putt? They get the putt?
but I still know she love me.
Heck.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying too. You
It
know,
could be a
How did we
win-win.
get here again?
Or he could say, hey, if you know some of it, then you don't love me. But if you do some of it, if you do it a certain way, then you don't love me because it be so nasty that you can't do it. You can't like it the way, you know. So, Yeah.
Next.
what?
yeah. Hey, look, I know somebody who's a plain eater who gets angry at it.
Who's a
And I
plain
need-
a plain
Yes.
eater?
She's an eater. That's what they call them nowadays. They call them eaters.
What is an eater?
She's
Yeah, what's up?
Gawk 5000.
Oh, what?
She just does everything, and
No. Repeat that.
she's a Gawk 5000. She just
The fuck?
she's, hey,
Oh my
Hey, look,
God.
that thing is, hey, she could teach classes out here. She could save marriages.
God.
She could save marriages.
She could.
How How? She could teach Shorty to do what she doing. You ain't going nowhere. Bro, you ain't going nowhere.
Oh my
You ain't going nowhere.
Okay. All right.
You
Well,
ain't going nowhere.
Right, that's
I
crazy.
do have a question for y'all that is more general than anything. And it's opinion based. So the initial question that I have is, what do y'all believe that the gender roles of men and women are in society?
In society.
In society.
In the
Not-
world.
Not in the household.
In the world, Craig.
right. Outside in the street.
Outside in the street.
And here's an
Like, what you mean, like
example.
holding the doors open?
Right. The example is
Hoes
for
on
a-
the street
a
pimping
man
is made
to
for walking
open
on
the
the
door for a
sidewalk.
woman, or if I'm going inside there to hold the door for her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you mean like a social construct or gentleman type stuff?
Society. Like
Oh.
what is the
What's the
role of a
roles?
man in society and the role of a woman in society?
Well, it's 2025. There's no set standard of roles. I always feel like to sit there and have women do this and men do that, especially like now, I don't do that. Like at work, if I'm working with a female, I expect her to pull the same load as I do because we get paid the same amount. Like I don't sit there and say, well, oh,
Women
she
get paid the
can't do
same
that.
amount at your job.
what?
Women get paid the same amount at your job.
I hope so. what?
They might not.
Bruh,
Like what?
bruh.
Like what do you-
Well, the reality is one of the biggest things in the news today is gender
Right.
inequality.
Exactly.
So,
Well, bro,
you know-
we
Get
got,
paid
we got
the
this
same.
thing called a pay rate. Like,
Bro.
if you're not getting paid, like
Bruh.
we have, it's
Bruh.
not even a.
The reality is you work for the government. So
yeah, our pay rate is set.
That is the highest place of gender inequality.
Well, not in the shipyard, bro. We have pay rates, and one thing I will say about the shipyard is your pay is not performance. Your raise isn't performance based. You get, if you have 1,000, every 1,000 hours you get a raise, up until I think pay grade 15.
Right,
And then
we
then
get
it
that
gets
y'all get a
yearly.
raise, but that don't mean that they get paid the same.
Right.
There's
No,
a possibility
ours,
they may
you
not
know,
get paid the same.
it's a set amount. So like I'm at pay grade, I don't know. So whoever's at my certain pay grade gets paid exactly the same thing as I do.
right, but
So it's not like I get 30, but because I've been there 7 years, that we got the same amount of time. But because you're a female, you get 29. It doesn't work that way in the shipyard.
well,
That's
no,
my knowledge.
no. So it don't work that way anywhere. There's no company that's going to say because you're a female you get paid this much.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you mean
But-
like different
but-
job?
so
job wise?
naturally, in any job, you're not supposed to know how much your counterparts are making, right? And so, if a person come into a job and they're offered a certain amount for pay, the likelihood, and this is based on what the gender inequality aspect stand for, the likelihood is that a woman is going to get offered less than a man is going to get offered.
But I think really, to me, that's more of the corporate world than more of what like my world, because like everything is our stuff is set. Like you know, of course, like I'm a ship fitter, so I make more money than say a painter. You know what I'm saying? But they can if they like I work with female ship fitters, they make the same amount as me. I mean, even like sometimes like experience. Yes, I came in a little more experience, so I got a little more than somebody who didn't.
how
But
you-
that's just common sense. You know, that's just how the game goes.
I get it. You know
But
what
I think
I'm
that's
saying?
more to me.
I
like
think
the-
it's harder to gauge because you don't know everybody's pay.
Oh no, that is shipyard. We know. We know.
Because you know it's
don't
We know.
don't say no more.
We know.
yeah.
we know.
Okay, that's
We
it.
knows that.
He putting all the shipyard business out there.
Right,
we knows.
exactly. We done with the
We knows.
shipyard.
But it also is different too. Like for instance, Mel, let's take you in your role, and nothing specific about it, but you're in leadership, right? If a man come inside your building and have an issue,
Yeah.
do you think that man would respond to you differently than he would if, let's
It was a
say,
dude?
I was there?
100%.
If he has an issue, what kind of issue?
Just a
Like he's upset.
escalation.
Yeah. He's
Right,
upset.
he has a problem. He needs some support, and he's irate. Do you think that he would handle it differently with me than he would with you?
In my field, he might, yeah, because he's gonna look at you. He probably look at you and he may tone it down just a little bit just because of what he sees. But also, if he finds out who the leader is, because this is what happens in my current position, they will fuss and cuss out the people in front of them. They would try that. When I come up, we got a different tone, because then they're like, "Oh, you the director."
Because of your role.
Right. So they're just like, "Oh, okay." They'll sometimes they'll try to tone it down a little bit. They don't talk to me like they talk to the front desk person. You know what I mean?
So then let's switch that up a little.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a front desk person, right? And it's just me up there as a man, and then the rest are women. Somebody got an issue. Do you think that they would approach me the same way they would approach the women up there?
I don't know. They may or may not. It depends, because if they feel like your role is of front desk, then they may approach you almost the same as the women, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you feel like their aggression is non-biased.
I think so. But I also feel like if you were up there, like if it was somebody like you up there and you in the front desk, they may not try you
Like they try to win.
like they try some of the others, because you're a lot bigger. You know what I'm saying? So they may not just go off like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm. So do you think that contributes to like gender roles in society? Like, for instance, like, here's a prime example. Let's say I'm a physical therapist and something happened in the office. Will my expectation be automatically to protect the office because of my gender?
Okay, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's not supposed to be like that.
That's funny.
It's
But-
not supposed to be like that.
But is that the expectation
But
of society?
there was a situation that happened, and that was the expectation. That was the question that came up.
So,
And it was wrong, 100%.
okay, because I was going to say, do you feel like that was a fair expectation?
No, it's wrong. I feel like anyone that's coming in there, if they are threatening, if they're hitting, anything like that, you have a customer that's doing all of that craziness in the office, you need to leave, because you don't know what can happen.
Right.
Anything can happen. You could lose your life, and it's over someone upset because they ain't passed the exam or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're going to lose your life because they are reacting. They haven't thought about anything. They're just reacting. And it's not fair. So just because you are a man, that does not mean that you need to step into the crossfire. You know what I mean? How I feel is that we need to get the heck up out of there.
And listen, I don't
You
disagree.
need to leave, or we need to get the heck up out of there. If you can't get out, if they won't leave, we call the police. We're not waiting around with you and we want to de-escalate as much as we can, right?
We don't need no superheroes.
But we don't need none of that. So if they are acting completely irate, there's nothing you could do. What I want my people to do, this is how I feel, even for my male employees, we're all getting the heck out of there until the police get there. So
Even for your male employees?
even for my male employees, we are all leaving. I do not expect you. This is a job. You got to go home to your family too. I do not want
And
you
that's not what you get
jumping
paid
out
for, right.
and getting stabbed up.
Yeah.
For what?
I mean, that makes sense.
Why? You
So-
know what I mean?
so-
So no, get out of there.
So would it be realistic to say that the gender roles are in some ways unfair in society? Because like even then, like, so again, the gender role of a man in society is different. For instance, if we sitting here and a man is putting his hands on a woman, what is the expectation of of the men that are around? You understand what I'm saying?
That's kind of difficult, because while you have people that want to step in, you just don't know who want to be saved or not. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. You can jump in to try to save this woman, but if she's not trying to press charges, if she's not really looking for help, there's nothing you could do. You're gonna get stabbed up and be going to the hospital.
She gonna look for help in a moment.
I'm just saying.
You know?
While you're going to the hospital, possibly, or to the funeral home, you know what I'm saying? She back with him. I'm
no
just
question.
saying.
Right.
100%.
She back with him.
Hey,
So
I'm-
it was
I'm-
no
hey,
point of you even
look.
jumping in if she's going to get back with him. The police going to come and she going to say, don't arrest him. And he done killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? What? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
crazy, but that's true.
That's
That's
facts.
true.
There's
So
no,
that's so
there's nothing
factual.
you can do about some
But-
of those situations.
But the problem with it is when you walk around with the mentality of, I'm just minding my damn business.
It's one of those
People look
double-edged
at
swords,
you,
bro.
because
Because you could be sitting there, because I've been there, and I've been in both sides of that situation where I'm not hitting anybody, but I'm walking in Walmart, and me and the shorty we going at it, like having words, and this dude was like 6'5", like 250, and he was like, "You all right?" I said, "Mind your mother." Like I'm looking like, "Yo, you need to mind your mother business." And then again,
And you 5'5", 150.
yeah, there you go. Like, you know, but at that time, he was gonna get all of it. Like he was gonna get it. And then I've been at the other end where I've seen somebody getting handled, and I'm like, yo, chill out. And then I ended up being the bad guy because I'm breaking them up. But at the end of the day, they get back together. Like, so it's
See,
one of those. I tend to mind my business, but I'm not gonna watch no man beat on a woman. I don't
can
care
always-
about
you can always
your
call the
argument,
police.
all that. But
you
you're not
can
gonna.
always go ahead and call the police.
Reset. I ain't gonna watch no man beat on a woman.
I'm not, bro.
I'm gonna
Like,
walk out the door.
I'm not gonna walk out the door.
I'm
So I ain't gotta see.
I'm gonna break it up.
Saying,
I'm gonna
you
break it
can-
up, but I'm
all
not.
I'm saying
like,
is
no.
you can always just go and call the police because again, if that woman, she may not want to be saved.
Well,
And
me,
then hold on, let's switch it because I've been in a situation too. I think me and you have been in a situation where it wasn't the man doing the beating, it was the female doing the beating.
what the fuck situation was that?
Paulo. Impala,
Somebody was getting beat.
brand new Impala at the time. Paulo,
Okay, don't.
start with a B.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
And she was pummeling the Pope. She was
Yeah, but
piecing him up.
But she was doing that because he did not want to, based on his gender role, quote unquote, he did not want to return fire
There you
because
go.
he knew that if he returned fire,
He would go to jail. The police would come.
he will be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? To me, if I see somebody, something like that happening in public, I'm not going to interfere, but I'm also going to look for a way to maybe
De-escalate
get
it.
through to the gentleman, right?
Right.
It's not always about the woman. Sometimes it's just about if I can get a moment to speak to him, be like, listen,
Chill out,
this is
bro.
lose-lose for you guys.
No
So it's
question.
just trying to de-escalate the
That's it.
situation
Right,
for the most
right.
part, right?
And don't sit there and choose a side because I promise you, you're gonna be that
You
bad
can
guy.
try,
yo.
you
That
can
is
try
the
to de-escalate
worst.
the situation,
Especially if you talk junk to about the female that they with. Oh, you need to leave her. She this, she that, she this, she that. And then 10 minutes later they back together. And you like,
I ain't even a friend. I have a neutral personality. Like I'm always gonna be neutral.
I'm
for everything.
unbiased. Like I don't.
I'm always gonna look at more
Both
than one
sides.
side.
Yeah,
you know
like-
what I'm saying? Because
There's
the
always
We
reality
know
is-
better. Like
Yeah,
we
well,
know
first off, there's always two sides to the
that
story.
too, and then there's
Right.
two sides, and then there's the truth. And usually neither side is giving you that. Like you know that. Like
Each side is kind of giving you what
and
they
then
want.
there's this side and
Yeah.
there's that side,
It's-
and then in the middle there's the truth.
It's like they provide a highlight reel.
There you go.
Right.
But all the highlights is what was done wrong to them.
Both.
Exactly.
He said this.
Exactly.
She said that. But hold on. Why would he say that if you didn't? Well, like hold on. Like nah,
Yeah.
baby.
So then it's fair to say that the gender roles of society are unfair
Yes.
from multiple perspectives. And I'm
Right.
sorry, ladies,
Yeah.
because I only provided a perspective of men. Like
You can't
what
do.
men
But
go-
bro, what other
go through.
perspective can you provide? You're a man. Like I can't sit there and put my perspective as a female. I've never been there.
Right. It's
Well, I guess you
understandable.
were looking at it as like the protector, you
Yes,
know. So
right.
as the protector, you expect me to do.
And we're
this.
raised we're raised
You know?
that way. It's that's ingrained in some of us.
I think we're raised that way, but we're raised that way. I think it's a difference when you're raised with a man in your life as like a father figure or father, as opposed to being raised by a woman
100%.
who don't necessarily know how to do it, but they kind of do the best they can and provide whatever resources they can to get there. Hey, take care of your women, take care of this, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And they always say a woman can't teach a man how to be a man, but she can, because just because a woman is not a man don't mean a woman don't know what a man is.
What a man should be.
Right, the process of a man, especially a woman who's witnessed what it takes to be a man.
We
in
ain't
her
telling you
life,
to
know?
teach us how to, get,
Right.
we ain't telling you how to do all that.
A woman can't tell me how I'm gonna feel when I nut.
But you can tell me how
But
you
she
would want
can-
to be treated.
She can tell me how to treat
How to
another
treat a
woman.
woman, yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
how I should carry myself in
She
society.
can tell me how to clean up behind
And
myself.
there you
and
go.
How
Right.
to, take a
care
shower and
wash
right.
my.
And so I feel like women don't get enough credit for that, especially because a lot of men leave these women out here to do it on their own. And so it's weird to hear somebody say, well, a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. Well, guess what? Somebody had to teach a man how to be a man at the end of the day. And there's a lot of men out here who didn't have daddies,
Nope.
but they still learn how to be a man. You know what I'm
No
saying?
choice. Sometimes
Yeah.
jumped off that
So-
stoop a little early.
And I know for a fact that there's a lot of men out here who didn't have daddies and
I
still
know-
learn how to be a man. I know from experience.
Most of my homeboys,
so
we was our father figures, and right now, excellent fathers. Like I don't hang
none of my
around people.
homeboys my father figure.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like we hung around each other. Like I hung around people that were older than me, and they taught me morals and how I should carry myself as a man. And so like all my homeboys that I hang around, they're
Well,
fathers.
my mama-
I don't deal with any guy body.
My mama and my grandmama contributed to
100%.
me
Me too. Your mama too.
all of that.
I wasn't
was
even a father
what
before I
made me.
met your mama.
Yeah, you won't. Congratulations, you bust a nut.
3
We'll
of
be
them.
back. Full podcast.
Shots fired.
Welcome back to the Fuller Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, with my co-host and hostess Maurice Bird, aka Reese.
Yes.
And that lovely wife of mine, the lovely Melisha Fuller, aka Money Mill.
What
Is
up?
this
What
my good
up?
side? Or is this my good side?
You got a good side?
I don't know. That's a good question. What is a good side?
I don't know. Well, if I figure if you look both ways, they look the same. So,
I hope so.
but with that said, it's shot o'clock.
Oh man, you sure this is a good idea?
Yeah, it's always
I'm
a
not
good
driving
idea.
home.
Because he is trying to figure out what side is his good side.
That don't mean shit. I've tried to figure out worse on this damn podcast.
Damn. Woo. All right, so while y'all taking y'all shots, just to recap what we talked about. First segment, we talked about Shador Sanders going in the fifth.
Fifth.
Second, we talked about fatherhood and if men should be able to opt out.
Be a daddy.
We also talked about if
Protect
you
us.
are willing to sacrifice your happiness for your family or vice versa.
Yes.
And then it led to us talking about gender roles in society.
Very,
All right.
progressive conversation today.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed y'all. Appreciate it. So let's get to our one has to go. Let's take a
Okay.
look and see what we are working with.
See what we got.
Oh, there we go.
One
You
gotta
can
go?
only pick
One?
one.
Ay.
If you can only pick one, and that's it. Which one are you picking? And we're gonna start with you, Reese.
Dirty Scott butter. It ain't got my favorite up there, which is Berry Crunch. I definitely would have picked Berry Crunch if it was up there. But I had to go with my other god damn. You dirty dog on this one. I can't pick two.
Nope, just one.
There's so many. You should really
I know. Cause it's like I get moved, so I know I need my Apple Jacks when I don't feel good and like. But tricks always do me right.
Tricks is perfect for a trick.
Ain't no, I know it's almost inherent. But I had to go with Apple Jacks. I had to. I'm gonna go Apple Jacks.
God, this one's hard.
Okay, let's even make it even more. Let's make it simpler.
Okay.
Okay.
First, second, and third. Start with 3.
First, like 3 is the I got you.
At number 3.
Number 3 had to been Tricks. Tricks got to be number 3.
Okay.
Then it got to be that Captain Crunch. If it was Bear Crunch, it'd definitely be number 1. Then it got to be Apple Jacks.
Okay, so you got Tricks, Captain Crunch, and Apple Jacks. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All those childhood bakes, you know what I'm saying?
Sugar.
Hey, those Captain Crunch with the peanut butter junk.
I ain't never had them.
What?
I ain't never
peanut
had
butter
them.
crunch?
I had them. Bear Crunch was for me, bro.
Bro, the peanut butter
Oh
crunch.
my god! But
Game
when they got
changer.
soggy,
Oh my God.
I can't
All right,
do no
man.
soggy.
What you got? At number 3.
Apple Jacks number 3. Honey Nut Cheerios number 2. Cinnamon Toast Crunch number 1.
A little on the healthy side.
That's
Ain't
not bad. That's
Ain't
not bad. You
though.
know?
I can't do the first 2, but whatever.
You want to know something? I'm torn.
You torn for
I'm
top
torn.
3?
Yeah,
Whoa.
because like first off, there's 2 that's my top 2 that a lot of people don't expect to be my top 2, but then there's 2 more that it's like
Okay.
neck and neck.
This
You know
we
what I'm
gonna do.
saying?
I want to hear the 4 because you just think 4. I want the
Okay.
top 2, and then I want the other 2, the honorable
So
mentions.
all right. So the top 2
Okay.
at number 2,
Okay, at number 2, so
At-
they're not equal.
they're not equal.
Okay,
One
okay.
gonna
You
come
got
before
1
the
and
other.
2,
Okay.
but then I got you. Go ahead.
So at number 2, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Can't go wrong.
No,
Can't go
no.
wrong with that.
And
Have
then-
you had the oatmeal?
No.
Yeah, they got the oatmeal.
Oh, I gotta
It
try that.
only good. They got the sugar, the cinnamon toast. You can sprinkle. That's the only difference.
And the number 1 that most people is least gonna expect is Fruity Pebbles.
Wow.
Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
I mean, Fruity Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles is number 1 over all of them. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
But Fruity
You know what I'm
Pebbles. Let me ask: soggy or still crunchy?
Oh.
Both.
Whoa!
So
What?
No.
so the reason why is because
There's levels.
Do you
There are
realize that? So when I eat mine, I always pull my spoon from the bottom up. That way, I got some that's soaked in milk and semi-soggy, and then the ones at the top got a crunch to it.
I can't-
So that when
I
I bite
can't.
into it, it's a combination of both.
Look,
Can you imagine that combination with that milk soaked?
I can't do soggy, bro. I can't
Milk-
do soggy,
No,
bro.
not
No,
at all.
listen, I can't necessarily do soggy. I eat my cereal too fast. So my cereal don't necessarily get soggy, but there's a certain level of my
I
cereal
was
that
gonna,
is,
I
is
was gonna
soaked in
mention
milk.
that. I know what
I'm
you're
saying?
talking about. That level where it's not soggy, but it's not crunchy. Either.
Right, exactly.
I know what
it's
you're
not
talking
that hard
about.
crunch.
I was gonna ask about that, but you already
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
exactly
I
what you're
can't
talking
do
about.
soggy either.
But see,
And-
okay, this is another question:
Uh-huh.
milk then cereal, or cereal then milk?
Cereal and milk by far. So I have to send the milk through the cereal.
Hey, and it only
You know-
has to be a certain level, right?
Right,
It can't-
exactly.
Hey,
You can't put too much milk in it unless you thirsty.
Hey, unless
if you,
you-
you thirsty because
but the Fruity Pebble
Ugh.
cereal milk
Wait,
tastes.
You drink the milk
oh,
after you
what?
Absolutely not. No, I pour that out.
Girl, you pour it out.
Oh, you was
Crazy.
rich. My mom would have beat the soda. out of me.
Crazy.
Pour that
First
milk.
off, I had to drink the powder milk.
You a po. Him po. Him po. He over there, milk. He stirring it up. He over there like making Kool-Aid.
Oh, my
Or we
God.
used to have to use like
That carnation,
the
that canned milk?
evaporated milk.
Oh man.
And we had to put some water in it.
Oh.
to
Yes.
kind of
Cause it's too thick.
yeah, exactly.
It's too
Oh,
thick.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
it's too
yeah,
thick. It's
buddy.
almost like what's that? That buttercream? What's that?
Canned milk. That's
the
what we called it.
evaporated,
What
that
it
condensed
tastes
milk.
like?
It's
What it ta-
sweet.
It-
It's
to be
real
honest,
sweet.
when you mix it with water, it just tastes like vitamin D milk.
Yeah, it tastes like
Oh,
milk.
You know?
Okay.
But I mean,
But
don't get me
raw
wrong,
is sweet.
It has a tanginess to
Yeah.
it. That's that you could tell. Like
You can
if my
definitely
eyes
tell.
was closed, I
Yes.
could tell that it was canned milk.
Anybody's eyes was. Hold on, this ain't milk. Like this ain't the regular. Milk.
Right.
You
Yeah,
would
yeah.
know. It has a taste to it.
And I'm sure y'all, man, I'm sure you know what my honorable mentions are, or my other two, right?
What's the well? I want to know.
Come on, that if you
Use
know your
Raisin
husband,
Bran.
and what's the other one?
Well, plain raisin bran,
Yeah,
no sugar.
no. Why am I gonna put sugar in
No
raisin bran for? Are you crazy,
He is
Bruh,
offended.
Who put sugar? Cornflakes,
I don't
you gotta
know
put
who
sugar
put
in.
sugar in
okay?
Raisin Bran.
You put sugar in cornflakes.
You don't put
Yeah.
sugar in raisin bran.
no,
No.
Hell
Cereal
no.
cup.
I mean, I don't eat
Cereal
Raisin Bran at
Are you
all
crazy?
anyway, but I don't think
I'm
nobody
calling
put
the police.
sugar
Bro,
in Raisin Bran.
cereal and raisin
That's
bran
nasty.
is crazy.
What?
That
Cereal
sounds nasty.
and
It's already
cornflakes, I
nasty.
can understand.
Sugar.
Sugar and cornflakes, I can
Plain
understand.
cornflakes. The
Yes.
one with the rooster
Raisin
on it.
Right,
bran
exactly.
is corn.
Yeah.
Plain. You know what raisin bran is? Plain cornflakes with raisins in it.
Not even close.
Yes, it is.
Not even close.
It don't have no type of
Bro,
seasoning on it.
first off, cornflakes seasoning is crazy. Bruh, seasoning,
Oh my god.
bruh, seasoning is crazy.
You know what I mean? No sugar on it. Ain't no.
Right.
I need sugar in my
Oh
life.
my
I ain't
gosh.
starting
Bruh,
myself up
the
to be
sweetness,
free.
the sweetness come from the raisins.
Man, y'all are weird.
Well, I mean, I don't eat it anyway.
I know my best friend don't do that.
I don't eat it at all.
It's that
Well,
other person.
I
That's
love 'em.
nasty.
That's my-
I love
that's
it,
that other
especially
person.
He loves
especially
it, though.
when that half, when the milk soak them up. And
Right,
you,
look, I'm not. See, that's the thing. I'm not knocking your raisin bran, and I understand. We here with the soap because I understand raisin bran hit with the soap, but I need some sugar. I ain't gonna fry. I need some sugar.
I can't. Eat
I
no
need sugar. I ain't gonna fry.
And
I
then
need the
and
sugar
then
on it.
and that ain't including raisin bran crunch. Raisin bran
Raisin
crunch
bran crunch. I don't need sugar.
because they got them honey
That
clusters in
granola.
there.
Oh my god.
Man.
Oh no. You know what? You know what my mom used to do. My mom used to buy like a small box of the brand Frosted Flakes and a big box of
And mix that shit together
big,
on your
what
ass.
was the cheap brand of regular jobs? Was it K Crisp or something? Cornflakes. It just plain cornflakes. And she used to mix them jumps up.
Tricked your ass.
Yeah, so you think,
Got him.
Oh man.
Got him.
my mom
That's
used to do that.
crazy.
Like, yeah, we was,
You got
we
got.
Was, we was po.
Yeah, no, y'all
We
won't
won't
pole.
pole.
Oh
Y'all
my
was dumb.
God.
What? Watch your mouth.
She
We
got
did
y'all
good.
ass.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Y'all
get you.
could taste the
and
difference
she
in
didn't
the
get us
flakes.
because we was doing mixing it. She would tell us to mix it.
Oh wait, so she told y'all.
Yeah, we knew the setup.
and y'all ate that shit like
We had
it
no
was
choice.
like a
Hungry
whole
was
nother
hungry.
type.
Remember, you know,
Hungry
the
was
kids got
hungry, yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Choices now, you know.
Not my kids.
Well, mine, you know,
You gonna eat
he,
what
he
the fuck
want
we buy.
Watergate and Denny's and
Well, my kids got a big sister now, so they big sister. Well, they always had a big sister, but they big sister now like to get them
that
options.
was weird.
What
Like
you
to get
mean?
them what?
She like to get them options. You know? So
Oh, they
Ugh, what was-
lucky. She,
yeah,
they got a good
listen,
big
they
sister.
is living it up right now.
Yeah,
I'm
they
telling you.
got a good big
I need
I'm
me a
telling
new
you.
I ain't
big-
gonna lie.
Money, will you be
Damn.
my big sister?
They got a great
Yeah,
big
be
sister.
my big
I ain't gonna
sister.
lie about that.
I'm telling you, they
I'll tell you. I
Options
told
is
Money
crazy.
she bought me
And-
a fan.
and I feel like it's
And I
gonna rub
almost
off
cried.
on our money when he get a job. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
so.
He gonna listen. He gonna come in and he gonna be trying to buy stuff, and he gonna be held accountable to buy some stuff too. Though, like, you know,
He gonna
Hey,
be held
especially
accountable,
after buying a
but I
$92
think-
worth of jelly beans
I
in
Oh my
Vegas.
God.
I think he'll be held
What you
accountable,
got?
but I
Damn.
think that he would want to too.
Right,
he
exactly.
Would, he would do stuff, and he'll wanna do stuff
because
too.
he is an opportunity for him to make his presence felt.
Yeah.
And you know, I think
His
that'd
presence
be
felt
great.
is crazy.
Yeah, all right. So, and then my last one, y'all, just so that we don't forget about that is, what is it, Mel?
Cinnamon
what
toast?
else was up?
Honey
there? You
Nut
already said
Cheerios.
cinnamon toast crunch.
You a healthy kind of guy.
Yeah, Honey Nut
Yeah,
Cheerios.
That makes
He-
sense.
He
But
is
I
a
can't. You know,
odd
Honey
series.
Nut Cheerios is almost goaded.
Absolutely.
Oh
Like, it's-
yeah,
it's-
Honey
it's
Nut
one of them-
Cheerios.
Yes, goaded.
Yes.
Like,
Listen,
it's-
Yeah,
but-
Honey Nut Cheerios are
But
good.
you want me to tell you something? I had a beef with Cheerios because
What?
my grandma used to buy Cheerios. She did
Just
not
plain
buy
Cheerios?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, but you know, Cheerios didn't cost was cheaper than Honey Nut Cheerios.
Right, but the problem is Cheerios
Hold
need
on.
a sugar.
I about to say, did you put sugar in your
Cheerios
Cheerio?
do need sugar. Regular
I
Cheerios.
had to. In order for me to eat them,
Okay.
I had to.
But
you know
that
what I'm saying?
sugar milk hit different too.
Oh, bro, that sugar milk was like ice cream, bro.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
You drink that too?
And bro,
Disgusting.
Who is this person?
I don't know who
What
she
the?
is.
Ooh.
But
I do not drink any milk after.
So
eating
you
cereal.
pour it out?
Yes, I eat the
Yo.
cereal. I have to have the right cereal to milk ratio. So I eat the cereal and then I pour the milk out. I never drink the milk.
But you want me to tell you what
That's
used
so
to happen
nasty.
when we put sugar in our milk? We'll be eating like cornflakes and it got sugar in the milk. And when we dig in the bowl and go at the bottom,
God.
we'll pick up
Gold.
the spoon that had like
God, that little bit of sugar,
half a
extra
sugar in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I've
So
seen that.
I don't even got cereal at home. I just might make that milk and sugar combination.
sugar
just
with
'cause.
every bite.
I
You
seen
know,
that. Yes.
that's a big reason why sugar fucked up. we was eating whole sugar cane in the damn milk with the cereal.
Yeah. But the
But-
multigrain Cheerios are the best, I think. You
Honey
can
Nut
eat
Cheerios
those
is the
dry.
best.
No,
hell
there's
no.
nothing beating Honey Nut Cheerios.
What? Have you
There's
tried the
nothing-
multigrain
There's
Cheerios?
nothing beating dry Honey
Oh,
Nut
they're
Cheerios.
so
Bro.
good.
There's
Bro, the Honey Nut
nothing.
Cheerios, you could taste the
beating.
honey and the nut
And the-
pause. I had to make sure that I didn't.
What he
I
said.
didn't want to.
what,
You know,
what he said.
bro, the Honey Nut
Nothing.
Cheerios, you could taste the
beating.
honey and the nut
And the-
pause. I had to make sure that I didn't.
What he
I
said.
didn't want to.
what,
You
he,
know,
what he said. Well, I didn't say. He said. What he said.
I mean, y'all some assholes, man. Hate y'all, man. Oh my god.
I was alright with you just saying the honey,
Goddamn
whatever.
water.
I had it. Well, I didn't say. He said. What he said.
I mean, y'all some assholes, man. Hate y'all, man. Oh my god.
I was alright with you just saying the honey,
Goddamn
whatever.
water.
You
I
had to add
mean-
a pause to it. Whew.
And no, you
it's
shouldn't
like,
have split it up.
Anytime you know, yeah, he tried to pause at the honey.
Yeah, why you just say, Honey Nut Cheerios are good? I don't know. You gotta
I
taste
was
the
saying that
honey
you can
and
taste
you
the
taste
honey.
the nut.
Because you can.
Oh my God.
He's repeating
Man, fuck
himself. Why are we?
Fuck this. Let's go back.
Are we
Let's-
grown? How
Let's go
old
to
are
the
we?
next segment. Let's get our social media video of the day.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
asshole.
I'm not ready.
Okay.
I'm not prepared.
Remember, don't talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
They must catch him today, thinking slick. Watch him, I go try close the door. Make sure him not close the door. Don't close the door, him not pay no rent. My God, who is that? Fitzroy, who is that? Blood clot, me have to catch this on camera. That's why the earbud I gave him can't hold no ear. He loved the big back girl them. I can't believe my eyes. This is Miss Cheryl from church, a deaconess. Miss Cheryl, how was church? Fitzroy, you wicked. Go wash your big back girl.
Can we talk now?
Yeah.
First of all, can't nobody talk junk like a Jamaican. Can't nobody talk junk
my
like a
God.
Jamaican.
Bruh.
That's first of all.
Bro, but from the church, he messed with
The
ladies.
Deaconess.
the deaconess at the church.
With the big back.
Oh my gosh.
She
Go
is
wash
of
your big back. I
a
can't-
certain descent.
His air mattress is messed
Popped.
up. Yeah.
Bro,
Ain't
the
that
way,
much pressure in the world.
the way she walked past, it was like,
Man, yo. Look, you know me. I don't,
we know you. That's,
but there's levels.
that's probably you, Reese.
Nah, bruh.
You wouldn't
Nah.
go that high?
Nah. What you mean, weight wise? Look,
How about to say you don't discriminate?
There's nothing wrong with a big jump. I like them with the shapely jump. You gotta have it.
You like him with the
proportion.
shit?
Shapely?
Oh. Wait, with the shapely. What's that?
If you're gonna be big, I feel like you need to have a big booty and some big titties. That's just me. I'm sorry. I don't. If you, that's just me.
So you couldn't holler at a big jump with a flat ass?
No, not at all.
Okay. I mean, I can dig it.
But I mean, how she look? What her feet look like?
Oh my gosh! All right, let's hop into our blind reaction.
Does that
Let's take a look.
starfish smile when I talk to her?
That starfish smile. That's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
Does it pucker?
Cinderella, bring your white ass in here now!
So y'all bitches really ratted on me?
Yep.
I hate you for being pretty. Suck my dick.
The fuck you standing there looking all innocent? Bring your ass over here.
Yes, Mother?
Mother? Bitch, I didn't birth you.
My fault. Yes, stepmother. Why he's smiling like that? His evil ass. You wanted something?
Shut the fuck up. Now. I need you to play my numbers and pick up my cigarettes. The EBT card should be on the dresser.
Can I order a sandwich, stepmother?
Heavens no, you fat fuck. You better go boil some hot dogs or some shit.
But stepmother, I'm tired of eating that.
Well, bitch, move out. Oh, yeah. You can't. You have nowhere to go and no man to save you. Can't. Even if you did, I would have him boomed immediately.
What?
Okay. So first off,
I need that whole movie.
first off,
Why do they have their whole? Why is their voice so accurate?
Cinderella is black.
She's a nigga.
That's a nigga.
That's a nigga.
Oh my
Hardy all
God.
Motherfucker say you better go boil some hot dogs.
Yeah.
So,
She need
And
to
she
put
know
some
when she said, "Go get me some cigarettes and my
And play my numbers?
EBT and play my numbers."
bruh,
Bruh,
that's some black
man,
shit.
I want. We need to revoice that whole movie.
That
Whoever
is-
did that, I need a whole movie.
Yo, yeah, a whole
I
movie
need
would be
I need
great.
a whole series. I need seven. I need the dwarfs. I need all of it. I need a
Can
whole
you imagine
series.
what the dose would be like, bro?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God, that's crazy.
I know 50 Cent will be one. Or 50 Tyson. Oh my gosh, bro. I was talking about a voice, bro. I wasn't saying that 50 would be a dwarf.
50 Tyson though?
You remember 50 Tyson?
Of course.
50 Tyson was ill. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said, y'all, hey, let's hop into this last shot. Hey, that is a hell of a blind reaction. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
that
Oh,
was a
man, that
good
was
one
amazing.
because-
Man, listen, I that took me back to when I was 12.
Yes.
Cause I ain't bought hot dogs since. I'm telling you.
Hey yo,
Bro.
hey, real talk. I cannot remember the last time I bought some hot dogs.
I know.
Michael ain't the out some. What?
Throw that
You know
sucker
what?
in the
I air
air
fry
fryer.
mine now.
Yeah.
Boiling,
throw it in the
boiling
air
hot
fryer.
dogs. Thinking about it now, boiling hot dogs is fucking preposterous. Okay?
But you know,
Like-
the last thing a hot dog tastes, the hot dogs don't taste like hot dogs when you boil them.
But bruh, and the worst thing, you ever bought a hot dog till it busts?
And that joint split, and then you,
Oh
you
my
can't, you
God.
ain't got the right bread.
Bruh.
Or you pulled it out and the water still be on the bread.
Bruh, terrible nigga.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that out loud just changed my whole childhood.
I don't even want
I was
this
a
boy.
dumbass kid with that boil hot dog
We
shit.
do it. Well,
Then I used to boil hot dogs and cut them up and put them in noodles and shit. You know, it was like eating warm bologna or Vienna sausage is
Vienna
disgusting.
sausage is crazy. That's that stuff you do. See,
Vienna
that's-
sausage is not sausages.
No,
That
they're
shit
not
is-
actually. It's
that
like
shit-
potted meat.
It's
and,
potted meat in circle form.
Yeah.
That's
Hell
all
no,
it
no,
is.
it ain't.
but then again, it's just like kind of it's. I don't
It's
know.
a fucking hot dog.
It's not that good.
It's a raw hot dog.
It's not that good. Potted
Yeah.
meat is better on bread.
Hell no, go to hell. What? Bro, we're not doing that. Hell to the no. Hell no. To the no.
On just bread, potted meat, and put it on the bread. Put it on bread, and
Are
then
you
put
really-
another
are you
thing
really
of bread on it.
explaining
Oh
this?
my god, it's
Potted
like-
meat.
Okay.
I haven't had it in years, but when I
Oh,
had
but it's so
Okay.
good. You haven't had it in years.
So just to be clear,
yeah,
say it again.
having a potted meat sandwich.
Potted meat.
potted meat
on
sandwich
bread.
on bread.
Don't put no mayo
I don't know
on
other
it 'cause that's
sandwiches that don't-
disgusting.
are
So,
not on
so
bread.
don't put no mayo.
Don't put mayo on it.
Raw
That's
dog?
nasty.
The
Just
raw dog is crazy.
No mustard, no nothing.
no.
Is the bread at least toasted?
No, just plain white bread.
You're not my best friend anymore.
Potted meat on one side
You are
of the
no
bread,
longer my best
and
friend.
then put the
Nope.
other bread on top and eat it like that.
Hey, you. Hey, yo. Ooh. Oh my God. You married that, yo. You married that. What the fuck?
That shit.
Yo, you know there's levels of poor.
Yo, potted meat on
Bruh.
bread.
There's levels of poor.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a level
Potted
of
meat
poor
on bread.
or
What is that?
fucking disgusting.
Bro, I don't, you know, I watched this lady on TikTok. I think it's Karen or whatever her name is. Not
It's
Karen.
equivalent to the bitch that put cereal in the toilet and eat it with a
No,
spoon.
that's equivalent
that's
to
disgusting.
the lady who puts the pineapple
That-
with the mayonnaise and the cream cheese on top.
God, that's
and with the
nasty.
sprinkler with cheese.
or the junk that made cookies with her yeast.
No. Oh no.
It's all
no, that
disgusting.
is not the same.
I don't-
That is
What?
not the same. Oh, you found it.
Oh my God.
They put,
have it?
Make
wait.
that hook full screen.
I cannot believe that
But
they put
yo.
mayonnaise on. There you go. Right
you-
there.
wait, hold
With
on. Make it full
mayo.
screen.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Did you hear what she just said? She said, I cannot believe they put mayonnaise on it. Like that was blasphemous. Who? I'm glad.
Bruh,
They didn't raw dog it.
bruh, is they putting tomatoes and shit on it?
Or they trying to jazz
wow.
it.
I never
whoa.
seen it like that.
I've never seen potted meat on bread. What are you talking about?
Bruh.
Oh, wow. I've seen Spam. Who does potted meat?
Bruh. I'm fucking appalled.
You
Shit
married
is
that.
fucking disgusting. Well, first
You
off,
had kids with
first
it.
off, first off, that shit is not allowed in my house.
It
Just to
better
be
not
clear.
be.
Just to be clear, that shit does not come inside
Oh,
of
she
the
showed the
kingdom.
devil ham.
Devil ham.
Oh.
I see. I don't eat that.
Now
I
she
don't
gonna
know.
show South. Look
What
up
is
South.
that?
She want to Google some South.
Now,
Look up South.
I've had sauce before.
I bet your country nasty, crunch your ass hair.
Bro, my grandma used to have that shit. She made that shit look so good. She ain't had no teeth when she
Guess-
ate it too.
You didn't need teeth for South.
She'd be like,
You didn't need teeth for
and
South.
it was all jelly and shit.
was
but,
jelly.
You know, it was. Yeah, it was
oh,
like
shut
jelly
up,
meat.
potted meat.
Right, right. What the hell you talking so damn? Ugh.
Hey, you eat
Look at that sandwich over to the left. That one far to the left.
the one they
Yes.
tried to fancy with
Right
the
there.
cut in the cube in
Bruh.
triangles.
Right there.
That shit look dry as a
Man,
motherfucker.
if that don't
What
look,
the
that look
fuck?
like a Popeye's biscuit with no
Bruh.
juice.
Bro, that shit is terrible, nigga. That shit like a
No
peanut butter.
mayo on it.
That's
Don't
like a
put no
peanut
mayo
butter
on it.
sandwich.
Man, that's raw. Man, no.
First off,
No.
let me be clear about something.
No.
Meat is not meant to be creamy. Okay, so let's be
Wow.
clear.
Yo.
You should not be able to spread meat on nothing. It's fucking meat.
I second that.
So while you out here spreading
Spread
meat,
meat on
It is
bread.
potted meat.
And that's another problem. Meat shouldn't be in a pot.
it's potted meat. The fuck pot they put that shit
She
in.
was saying that like it meant
Listen,
something different.
it's survival food. You could
Survival?
You get these little teeny cans for like what, 50 cents?
Well, you know why?
Well, you know,
'Cause they don't like
a pack
people.
of noodles is 18 cents.
There you
So,
go. I'll get me a pack of noodles.
I'm just saying.
And we're not mixing
Have
potted
y'all
meat and
even
noodles.
tried potted meat on bread?
Bro,
Who thought of that?
bro, wow. You know,
Who
shots
thought
up.
of that?
Last shot of the day. I'm tired of this shit. I am appalled.
I'm 40.
I think one day on the podcast we should do
No.
potted meat sandwiches.
Well, you eat the. I'm not raw dog and
Listen.
potted meat on bread. I'm sorry.
That
I'm
is
not built
fucking-
that way.
It's disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Pick your shots up.
I don't
goddamn
even
it.
want to take a shot
I'm about to take my shit.
Okay.
because it probably tastes like potted meat sandwiches or something. Who in the right mind? That's the devil.
Nobody knows what that tastes like except for this fucker.
Did
over
you
here.
let her in the house? Did you allow her to come in here?
Well, first off, we don't have that shit in our house.
I bought
She had
potted
that
meat. I
shit in her
bought
house.
one can of potted meat.
No, I'm talking about.
Ask her, did she eat
So
it?
we can
She's a
try
vampire.
it.
I don't know who that is. That ain't my.
We
that
can
ain't my
try
best
it
friend.
together.
My best friend don't eat no
And
dang
since
no
you
food
haven't
ass
had
potted
it
meat.
before, we can try it together.
I've had potted meat.
Listen, like
and
Just not on bread.
Exactly.
And
Y'all
it won't
are
happen.
missing
So-
out.
I'm not
then,
po.
listen, if
We not there no
you're gonna do this, then we're gonna go all the way. We're gonna try a potted meat
I
sandwich.
don't want mayonnaise on it. You
No,
don't eat it with
no.
mayonnaise on it.
No, you're missing out my point.
Oh, see, you're opening
if
up a
if
door
we're
that we
gonna
don't
try
want to
a
open.
potted meat sandwich, then you're gonna try pig feet and chicken feet.
Now why I gotta try two?
What you mean?
Who in the
It has to
hamburger?
be just
Where
one.
are you gonna get cooked chicken feet from?
You could cook your
You
own
cook
chicken
your own
feet.
I don't want nobody who never cooked chicken feet to make me chicken feet.
It's
You're
just
not gonna
chicken.
test me that way.
It's just chicken. You just deep
No,
fry that shit.
chicken feet is different, bro. It's different.
Listen, you can deep fry anything the same way. Like you could deep fry goddamn hamburgers.
Wait, so y'all want to eat chicken feet too?
Take your shot.
Okay.
It's a place in at the beach that deep fry burgers, but they do Korean burgers. Oh no, amazing.
Yeah, see, I told you could deep
That's
fry
amazing.
anything.
Oh, they food is amazing.
All right, with that said, take care for tuning in. We'll holler at y'all next time we out here.
Yes,
Peace.
don't eat pot of meat with bread.
Please don't.
Don't.
God
We're
damn.
not
Try
there
it.
anymore.
Try it at least once.
Yeah, made my balls hurt.